Yes,
Let
when
me
you
be your
visualize
Santa
Team
Senior
Liquid,
Day.
a team like that's fighting, constantly,
Yeah!
scrapping, constantly. What do they want? A leader! Who do they need? A bald-headed leader! And of course, in a dawn of a new era, it's Spawn's era. A very
I had no part in
chiseled
this.
beard.
What is this, Raz? What have you done?
Well, they've been having a little bit of struggles, okay, if you want to talk about online play, and in general, losing games here and there, wondering if they can get things right. And even though series-wise, it's been perfect, gameplay-wise, there's one very angry Australian that wants to see them play correctly. And it's the man that you're currently seeing on stage. You can already see the light glistening on his bald head.
The aura.
Yes.
Yay, hello,
Yes. So I want to
coworkers.
hear from the casters. What do you guys have to
Guten
say about
Morgen.
this?
Buenos dias. Tequila.
Like the lounge
I can
is
see the
talking
light
about.
glistening on his bald head too. Bald is OP.
There you go. Ball is beautiful.
Udah
Kobe.
tidur.
That's what they
Aku
say.
tidur baru
Let's
kayak
hope the
sejam bangun
players
jam
are
12 habis.
without being
Satu Valorant.
I actually talked to Spawn.
Doubles is a weapon, you know?
Sumpah, mati-mati
I talked to
lampu.
Spawn when he got here, and he was mainly
About his bald head?
And I just ordered some foods
wow, that is
and
really
snacks.
beautiful.
Yay! Do you guys,
he was
eat
so
anything for
tired
the
when he got
stream?
here
Kalian ada
because
makan
his
atau
visa
nyemil gitu nggak?
process,
Kalian baru
you
bangun
know how
atau belum
for us,
tidur?
it's like, oh no, we have to like
You guys
drive downtown
sleep.
LA. It like takes a couple hours or whatever, and then you have to wait in line. He had to fly across Australia to go to the visa appointment, then fly back 5 hours to the other
There's
side,
one visa in
and then
all of
fly all the way
Australia?
to LA, another 11 hours, and then he had to go into the show day
Baru banget
immediately, then
bangun,
into practice.
asik,
And so,
asik.
he's
Aku ordered egg
one tired
McMuffin or
Teletubby.
breakfast.
He
No,
was. He was.
I
That was
ordered
fine.
2 drumsticks,
Mental imagery
um,
on the Teletubby.
ice
You
cream,
would make a great television.
and chicken bites. Tim baru bangun.
Maybe if they lose today,
Bukan
the team
aku.
can get to wear a Teletubby suit next time.
Ini
Hey,
dia
if
nih
they
Sen.
win, now that's a good
tapi
luck
Sen
charm,
ya.
you know?
Yeah, okay.
The thing
sure
is,
enough.
they
Aduh,
already have
aku
been winning.
tilau deh,
Yeah, I
karena
do like
tilau
the
biru.
Jackets a lot. Those look cool.
I like those
Tapi
jackets.
Sentinel
But,
itu
all right,
juga.
everybody welcome. It's Team Liquid
Sentinels
going up
are
against
looking
Sentinels. It's the last match of the week. I think this one looks like it
Yo,
absolutely
yo,
should be the
yeah,
best
yeah.
matchup of the week, too.
Well,
Iya.
considering all the other ones
Iya.
were
Aduh bro,
a
fist,
little
bro, fist.
lopsided,
Oh,
then I
oh,
agree
oh.
with you.
Yes. Okay,
bro,
We're
fist.
looking up here.
All right, well, immediately, Team Liquid is looking
Bro
at the
fist.
jungle. They want to ban away the signature Skarner
Bro
from
fist,
bro fist,
Hotlock.
bro fist,
They're
bro
going to
fist.
take that one off the
Yeah.
table.
Bro fist.
Varus is also banned out, and
Bro
then
fist.
Sentinels respond by banning out the knock wave combo.
Yeah, no karma ban just
Wow,
yet.
wow,
You know,
wow,
we
what
seeing a
are they
lot of
gonna
Intainer
pick?
bans these days. Even the last series we were seeing
Jam
you know,
segini
first round
ngeduh.
Seraphim bans, which I think
Nami
is kinda
telur
interesting,
dua.
that is a little bit
Yeah.
more
Aku
atypical.
tadi,
There
aku
was something
sebelum
that was
tidur
added to
aku
the list.
ini
But
masak
it's going to be a bard ban,
makan
so now
ini.
Sentinels will be the ones that
Indom
have to ban
skui.
karma unless they're willing to give it up, which is
Indom
pretty
skui
rare
goreng.
these days.
Enak.
Yeah,
Terus aku
I
ketiduran,
don't
terus
think
tidur
they're
sejam.
gonna do it. Yeah, here we go. So Karma Ban, you definitely still can go like other
Pagi.
stuff into the Ash Seraphine. You don't have to necessarily jump on first picking. And a lot of the coaches I've been talking to have like, oh yeah,
Selamat
each
pagi,
one has
pakai
their
telur
special,
nggak? Enggak.
you know, like, I was
Omi
hoping that they
nanyain
were
sih,
gonna
mau
do
pakai
it,
telur, mau pakai
type
sayur?
of
Tidak,
answer.
tidak.
So
Aku cuma mau
maybe
raw.
Golden Blue has
Indom
a
skui.
special one. You could just go
Sebelum tidur aku
for
naspat
another,
itu
like,
terlalu
outlet
berat,
skill
Mas.
lane into it.
Another
with Bard and Karma both
Seraphim.
being
Kemarin
banned out,
Seraphim
that's what
ya.
I usually jump to. But you can still do like Caitlyn, Nico
Kemarin
or
Seraphim,
something,
sekarang juga Seraphim.
because,
Aduh, aku kenapa
Caitlyn
kayak gini,
range
btw
and
banget
sieging
nih.
has been quite effective.
I was going to say, I also kind of like some teams are just, when Seraphine gets first pick, they just take away the Ashe. I actually kind of feel like the Ashe is
Iya.
more flexible with
Betul,
other champions than the
tanyakan
Seraphine
ngapain
is,
begini ya.
in my view, but it's obviously
Ngapain
personal
ya?
opinion and different teams agree, or disagree on it. Jarvan, Rumble, though, that is the answer. They're saying, you're going to draft Ashe Seraphine. These champions do not have dashes. We will be diving you. That is our answer. So it is a clear
Aku
game
ambil
plan
makanan
from
dulu.
Sentinels.
And I think
Dadah.
that if you are running this is a lot of hard engage, then
Yep.
a Nautilus lane would make sense. Put a lot of kill pressure there.
Agree.
You got the spicy hot pot, and you can make the bot lane spicy as well.
And on the other side, they're locking in the Pantheon with the Ashe Seraphine combo. I always like to see this trio just because the Enchanted Crystal Arrow into the Grand Starfall. You've also got the Hawk shots to make it easier to set up for Pantheon. Really good stuff.
Yeah, and the Pantheon could just go bot lane, point and click, and then all of a sudden your spicy lane on the bottom side might be spicy in a bad way for you. So they grab the Jhin early, which is definitely one of the AD carries. Flowers, it plays It's one of the AD carries that can
Hey,
play well
you see
into
last
the
game?
Ashe Seraphine.
There was more going on than the Jhin
The
last
Jhin
game.
solo killed the Vayne. Berserker was owning. There was other people owning too, but also the Jhin.
I can see the smile on your face. Not even you are taking that seriously.
Hey, he
This
did
is-
great.
Okay,
They're
all
just
right.
running it back what Lion played, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It makes a
They're
lot
just
of sense.
mixing it up a little
It
bit,
makes
so
a
it's
lot
not
of
obvious
sense
that
with
they're
the comp,
copying.
okay? It
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. You got the Jarvan Rumble dive, Jhin ultimate over the top, and the lane is fine. So now let's progress here into the solo lanes. Now, interesting, I mean, Morgan definitely very scary versus Impact just as an isolated lane. So
Yes.
I do value banning the Ambessa both for the players but also for the comps. When you have Ashe Seraphine, it seems like it creates a lot of space for Ambessa to work. And we've seen the combinations of CC, Ashe Arrow into Seraphine ult and Ambessa ult. It's just like your carry basically doesn't get to move. It's very, very dangerous for the team fight. So I do like this protection ban.
The Anivia ban is kind of saying Sentinels need to ban out Ryze, probably, or that's going to be the pick. Quid does love that champion, so that would be the potential ask. Instead, it is going to be a ban of Andy, so we'll see what their plan is going to be. Also curious to see if TL is going to focus any of the bans down on Huhi in the support role. Maybe because they think it's game one, he's just going to play an engaged champ and they don't really care. Like, they're thinking it's all going to be kind of similar. If you want to target an engaged champ that is more lane dominant, I would say Nico. If you want to actually try to even dominate in that too. Nico, I think, is a pretty decent ban. More AoE damage, more AoE CC. That would kind of synergize with their comp, but of course you can play Nautilus, you can play Rakan, you can play all kinds of different champs down there, and Huhi is very adept on the engaged champ.
Yeah, I think the Nautilus is a really good ban here. That one is just kind of the easiest to look for those kills.
Yep.
And so it's a little bit more safety for
Gnar,
Leon
is that
and Core,
Gnar?
but as you said, there's many other engaged supports that Huhi can go with. And the Anivia ban means that Ryze priority is up because Anivia is a very good answer into the Ryze mid lane. So let's see what the other answer is going to be for Quid. Since they banned out the Anivia themselves and they're kind of speculating that this might happen.
Ooh,
Here we go.
Rumble. Oh, no,
melee
Gnar,
carries
that's
with
Rumble.
the Ashe Seraphine is really, really nice. Ornn ultimate over
It
the
looks
top.
similar.
Again, massive amounts of CC here. Huge team fight for TLAW.
I'm eating a matcha ice cream flavored. Matcha sundae.
And while I think Ryze is fine in the 1v1 against Yone, it just feels hard to play
Yone?
Ryze into this team composition. There's so much CC in your relatively short range. If you ever walk too far forward, all of a sudden you're flash stunned there by Pantheon, then the Encore comes through, then the Fate Seal comes through, then the Crystal Arrow comes through, then the Call of Forge God comes through.
We get a Rumble support. Look at that. We got a last pick for the
They're
Zehen.
cooking.
So we are going to be cooking. The spicy hot pot is in the bottom lane already for when Jarvan comes. Okay.
This is pretty cool. When I've seen it, you know, people are doing like a couple points E and trying to just do it as like a poke
what do you
lane,
guys
basically,
think?
and you're trying to hit like
Based on
Electro
the pick.
Harpoon into a root. Kind of the combo that we saw later in the game from Dokla, you know, with Berserker
Tilawin lah,
last game, but we'll see
tilawin.
how it does
Okay,
actually in
tilaw
the
or
2-2.
set,
And
tilaw,
again, you know,
tilaw.
since you're in the lane already from the beginning of the game, you get lots of
Tilaw or
value out of
Sen.
the equalizers early on the champions that don't have dashes.
Game
You know,
one
low
winner.
mobility for Ashe and for Seraphine, so they can definitely set up for Jarvan ganks fairly effectively. Rumble is a very high damage support.
Ini
It is a
sepertinya 21
little
yang
bit
benar,
more risky
Andre.
with your positioning though, so Pantheon.
Yang benar kamu
enemy
itu
jungle
analisis
could
ya.
be a deterrent,
Analis-
could be a factor
analister.
here, especially because
Analiser
Jose
ya,
has been very
analisator
active,
kamu Andre.
and
GG
quite
juga
good
Andre.
this split.
It's also, from what I can see, this is the first time it's been played in any region this split in support. So no games have been played anywhere except top lane, actually, so far this split. This is something that has been
because
played
Jose
in the
Dodo
past,
is
of
the god.
course. You know, occasionally it's played in solo queue. But
I
definitely
play
not,
Rumble support and
yep,
it
Kaela.
fries.
It's
It's
definitely
very
not a
good
popular
in
pick by any
early
means, and this split, first time seeing it,
I hope you can watch
it is
more
going to be hit or
Skinner
miss. I feel like
gameplay.
if you get ahead, you can be really useful. But on these kind of picks, you are a melee damage carry in support. If you are losing, you are going to lose hard.
Exactly.
Aku
You're going
pilih
to be
Sen
a candidate
lah,
at that point. So
boleh.
the execution really needs to be there for the
Kamu
bottom lane
sendiri
duo.
ya.
The other thing I'm going to be looking
Kita
at here,
semua pilih Tilao
impact
di
on the
sini.
Zehen. This champion, remember, you're not going to get the revive unless you're fully stacked on determination, and being able to stack that up can be very difficult with the amount of CC that you've already talked about. Fate Sealed, into the Encores, into the Crystal Arrows, into the Call of the Forge God. If you're just getting juggled around, you're never going to fill up the blood.
I completely agree. I think what he is hoping for, though, is probably if they're full sending it on the Rise or the Jin, then you're kind of counter-engaging, right? You're going back in and you're trying to fight through them and hitting this front line and being able to turn around that way. But you can be the one getting engaged on too and burst down, just like you're saying.
And that definitely would be a huge weakness. The burst is very annoying to deal with. All right, harpoon shots that hit. We're counting these for evaluation.
There was one
of the Rumble support. So far, who he is smurfing.
Okay.
For 2.
Locked and loaded.
2 for 3.
Okay, that's a whiff. All right.
There was too much pressure. We started talking.
He just fired a 4th one. I think it hit. I think it hit.
3 for 4. We'll count it.
Right when it shot out.
Oh, 4 for 5.
Okay.
But he dodged the Q.
You get more shots for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he tagged one on the side as the camera was panning away. There.
Ask question
Jose,
if
though,
you
of
know
course,
something.
he is clearing from bottom up towards top, so the Pantheon not going to have an early influence on that lane, and it's just up to Ash Seraphine. Just
I got a lot of questions
here as you get harassed by the harpoons and the Jin.
Prepare your
and
answer.
you get pushed into your tower, and they are doing that fairly effectively so far. Does hit the drop of the beat onto Hugi.
Drop of the beat.
And he's dropping his HP.
Yep, that was a nice drop on the health bar there. As meanwhile, back in the mid lane, we'll take a look at the Darkwing versus Squid matchup. But right now, we've also got Jat standing by for an interview with TL Coach Spawn.
Thanks. We're just talking about the early jungle pathing. You feel good about the start of this game?
It looks
I'm
like
actually pretty happy with that because obviously
And then
tries
it's
to
hard
invade.
to jungle because
Pantheon is a little bit slower than Jarvan, so now Tempo Lead's gone, so Pantheon should be pretty happy.
Sounds good. Also, it's been a minute. Welcome back. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good today. I actually had a really rough trip over here this time. I must be getting old because like jet lag completely destroyed me. So I'm good today.
Now that you're on site with the team, what do you expect to change, be different? What do you need to improve on?
Nothing really changes when I'm here, I think. Like, that's what I always say. People tell me otherwise, but I think that our stage drafts have been pretty good lately. So, you know, we'll just keep working on that and keep trying to hold our lead on first place, you know, up there with Cloud9.
Last question, what needs to go well in this game for you guys?
I don't think anything. I think they gave us probably like 4 of our 5 best champions, so hopefully we just play the game and win.
Support Rumble? Surprise?
I
mean, everyone just tries to cheese us, apparently. Like, every single time there is a weird pick, it's against Team Liquid, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, thanks, Spawn. I'll let you get back to it. Back to the catches.
Confident answer there from Spawn. We don't have to do anything special.
Where's
Nothing
the
has to go
jungle
right.
at?
We got
Yeah, just
and I think part of the reason for Hanbok spending that time to go for the invade, even though he doesn't get any camps or anything, again, he wants to get this vision ward. He wants to make sure that his Rumble Jin lane that they're gambling on does have information and knows that Jose was clearing at least from bottom away towards that top side. And so he did leave behind that ward and did get that visual confirmation as they met up. It cost him a little bit of time, but it's not really bad at all. As you can see, he's right into his second clear anyway, just on time. So both junglers basically are mirrored. And now Hanbok knows, hey, I'm the one that's clearing towards bottom side. And so he can alert his bottom lane so they can play accordingly as well.
You can see up here in top lane, it's Morgan running the show on this Ornn. I'm really looking forward to seeing how much he can accomplish in the team fights with this. We know how scary of a team fighter it can be.
Yeah, and Morgan has already used his teleport, so Impact's just trying to hold the wave as much as he can. If he can prevent him from crashing this wave, you know, trade as low as you can without dying, then you want to TP back. That is where things can get really good. But you have to be careful when you're getting this low to not actually die. But if you can prevent the wave from crashing, TP back in, sometimes you can actually get the Ornn stuck in lane.
Right now, Impact is really pushing Morgan back. The healing that Zehen is able to get there with the grass proc alongside what's built into the kit is very effective at keeping that HP high enough to stay around. Huhi does get caught by the beat drop here yet again, and that's the majority of his health bar just gone. Scrap shield plus the flash to try to escape. Beyond's ready to follow with the focus fire. First blood goes back over to Core JJ as Beyond barely gets out, but Rahel makes sure it's an even trade.
Yeah, he gets him. He does end up having to burn the flash, and they are going to be like +1.
But it would be better if that's Jin who died.
His heal will be back up earlier since he had used it during lane phase. So they get the kill onto the Rumble support, but you're losing minions to the tower afterwards because AD Carry got killed. On the side of Sentinels, they still get to Rahel. Rahel still gets to push in, but Yon does not get that extra farm.
Yeah, exactly. And the kill went to Seraphine, not to Ash. Whereas went to Jin on the other side. So it actually turns out pretty good for them. As Hui walks forward, this is the combo. You get the auto attack from the Ashe, which gives you the slow application. Then the double E gets a stun. They flash in, but look at the damage. When you overheat on Rumble, support, top, doesn't matter. You are going to do a lot of damage. He has the ignite, turns, fights. Rahel flashes in, does get that kill back. And it's really good in the short term. The question is, can you use those sums to get more later?
It is OP, huh? It's very infrequently used, as we went over, at least this year. And not even super frequently in the previous year, but Hui here, a lot of unique champions.
This is the first time he's playing Rumble. 0 career Rumble games so far, and he has the 3rd most unique champions played in Tier 1 across the whole world. I'm assuming that's what that says, so pretty impressive stuff that now he's adding yet another one to the pool.
Yeah, it is really cool, right? And he is a player who, you know, if you're a newer fan, he's been playing support for so long, a lot of newer fans don't even realize he was a mid laner, right? Yeah. And that is going to give you the advantage, you know, having a lot of those unique champs because you have played across a lot of different eras and a lot of different roles.
So one thing that I'm going to be watching now, because Hosbioto is level 6 and Yon is just about there, like 90% EXP. I feel like one of the things people really like to do with this Pantheon Ashe combo, when Ashe takes her recall, you just fire the arrow down mid, especially against a champion like Rise that doesn't have an easy way to try to react to it without having to spend flash. And then if you hit, it's just Grand Starfall plus Yone over the top. There's no way to get out.
I think it could be really strong, but I also think when Rumble has no flash and Jin has no flash or cleanse, I feel like you could just almost point and click, go down bot, and have him join there, you know? No necessarily a reason to actually just risk doing that long range shot, because you can just gank through lane, and I feel like it'll probably be pretty effective.
Let's see if Hambak can make anything happen around this mid lane. He does have to sweep out this ward placed down by TL, so no opportunity for the Jarvan to unleash the Cataclysm here just yet, but he will maintain control over the Dragon Pit here with a control ward. Hui level 5, Rahel level 6. That Rumble very, very close to unlocking the ultimate, and I'm really curious how well they'll be able to use that to continue trying to win these fights with the OP Rumble support.
And Yon has a Hawk Shot ready to use at the moment as well. Looks like they're going to go for the recall, but they could pop it over towards the Dragon as he does get his recall off, and the Dragon is started off here by Hambak. So there it goes. They're going to get alerted, but they're not going to do anything about it. It's just, oh yeah, they're on it. You have time to go cross-map here. Maybe get some scrubs or something.
Impact's in a bit of a weird spot now. I was talking about it earlier, but one of the kind of weird dynamics sometimes about top lane is if you try to hold your TP to punish after the TP and then TP back and lane lock them, your teleport is so much delayed from the cooldown of where the Ornn is. So the Ornn TP'd back, and now Ornn has full prio in top lane because Impact's teleport wasn't back. So he just TP'd back with full health, bullied him out, and now Impact has to base, and you're losing a plate.
While down in bottom lane, Equalizer drops. Hambak shows up, but Yon and Core JJ get themselves back to safety with the heal there from the Seraphine. Curtain Call doesn't accomplish a whole lot, so really Hambak's presence not paying off very big down the bot side.
Yeah, not much damage there. They just kind of walk over the edge of the Rumble ultimate, and Seraphine shielding did a lot of that, so that's 2 ultimates invested from Sentinels without gaining very much at all. Darkwings, though, has been able to, you know, get some decent trades on Dequid, despite him being down in CS.
Yeah, and this is almost one more auto, and it's going to be a second plate for Morgan. Now he's up almost 400 gold against a Grasp Zehen. This is not even a Conqueror Zehen that's going more for the scaling rune. So I think, you know, Impact tried to get a situation early where he could lane lock him. That didn't work, and then he completely ruined his tempo because he had the much later teleport cooldown. Morgan TP'd back, and now Impact's in a bit of a bad spot. You know, you're in this matchup where you're wanting to be, you know, bullying this Ornn. You're taking the Grasp to be able to scrap with him early, and Morgan has played it very, very well.
And enemy team has so much CC that it could be very difficult, like for Impact to even stack his passive up for the team fights later. You can get CC locked, you can get bursted down, as we were mentioning earlier. So maybe the Jarvan here could turn. There's a ward for Morgan, so the ward is going to see Hambak. Morgan is still fine here. He's going to come down and just keep vision on Hambak, stop his recalls, harass him, make sure enemy jungle pressure is absorbed for as long as possible. And look at the minimap, even Yone gets a push up on mid. Pantheon's going for a wrap around towards bottom.
Let's
See if Jose Diodo can accomplish what Hambak couldn't and make something happen down here in the bottom
Tilau,
lane.
boom, boom, boom,
This
boom.
wave. Huhi has 5
Tilau,
seconds left on
Tilau.
the equalizer. Could be a big game changer in preventing a tower dive. And we will see Hambak heading out of the base down towards the bottom side. Jose Diodo just going to go ahead and back off. Discretion being the better part of valor on this one, and they're not going to send the tower dive.
Yeah, I think that is the right choice. If you dive there and Hambak shows up and you have the equalizer, that could be a complete disaster.
It's really comfy
they don't find the angle to make the play.
And they just shot the
Watch
hawk
along
shot
with you guys
straight
while
up there. You
snacking.
saw the hawk shot go through, so good information gathering first before you take any risks.
And it looks like a little sense of deja vu down here as Hambak tries to show up yet again. The equalizer doesn't do enough to stop the retreat of Yon and Core, and they just kind of walk it off.
And that one, honestly, is on Rahel again. He missed the Deadly Flourish. If your Deadly Flourish is on point, at least you got a flash or something, right?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to set this up with Equalizer into Deadly Flourish, which allows Hambak to get in range for flag and drag. And if you get hit by one, you're going to get hit by all of it, right? And that's kind of what they're banking on. But when you drop the Equalizer and the Deadly Flourish misses, you look kind of silly. Like, it's just a wasted ultimate. They just walk it out and nothing happens.
Plus, without that equalizer around, that's just
Watchalong
that
snake.
much less care, that
Snap.
much less respect that Yon and Core have to give towards Rumble support
Snake.
alongside this Jin combo. Back up in the top side,
Snap.
though, didn't get to
Snap.
comment on it a moment ago when it
Snake,
first
snap.
occurred, but that MasterCard
Snake,
power
snake.
spike there from Morgan,
Snake.
completing the Thornmail when you're up against this pure
Snap.
physical enemy champion and a pure physical damage jungler, I feel like Morgan's just not afraid of anything Sentinels has to throw at him right now.
Maybe he'll be afraid of the support Rumble magic damage later, huh, Flowers?
Okay, maybe support Rumble will be the boogeyman in the
Rumble is
closet to
magic.
try to scare
He's
the
going to
big
side
bad
lane
Orn.
against him.
Yeah.
He's gonna roast him up.
All right, that's going to be the answer for
Rue the
Orn.
day you underestimated the support Rumble.
All right, Morgan's going to have his himself tested once he comes face to face with that Rumble. But you know what? We might actually see them come face to face sooner than later because it's 60 seconds until the next Drake spawns. Morgan has his teleport ready to go. Impact has his as well. So if the teams want to fight over this one, we could get a much larger fight than we've seen so far in the game.
Yeah, we absolutely could. And I mean, both teams, as you said, are kind of ready to go. Everyone's got their summoners up. Everyone is online. So if we do have a fight, it'll be a very explosive one.
Yeah, and I like what I'm seeing on the side of TL. We have the Blade of the Ruin King already done for Quid on the Yone. That is, it is huge for him. And man, the ultis that they will bring to this fight. Now Kraken also done for Yon. So, you know, everybody basically on the full item power spikes except for Impact. No Trinity Force, which is a fairly expensive one.
Yeah, poor Impact still having to juggle those Trinity pieces around as he tries to push Morgan back, get every little bit of damage that he can. Morgan's still walking off, but no, Jose Diodo getting caught here in the bot side. River, but Team Liquid's ready for the counter punch. Quid goes in for the Fate Sealed. It's a 1-0 here at the very start as the Encore's looking to make it 2. He tries to flash away, but the Pantheon's ready to follow. Jose Diodo chases him down, and Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to guarantee it, and Team Liquid picks up a couple.
Yone, man, he got his Blade of the Ruin King done, and they can easily counter that play. Jose blocks so much at his peon. He has his flash, he uses directional immunity, backs off, and then Quid sees the angle, goes right in, uses the ulti, gets the kill, and that's a recipe for a free dragon. So here's another look. They're making the move towards mid. Jose, he goes in for the stun. Boom, he stopped. Look at how much damage is blocked by his directional immunity. And then he also flashes. And since you're fully committed in it, they're able to get the counter kill. Core then goes for the attempt at another one, and he was able to lock down the Rumble long enough that it's easy follow-up. And you're just seeing the luxury of having so much CC here. The effective...
Don't read those lips.
The effective... We're just going to gloss over that. Effective Yone ultimate, and then the effective ult flash from Core JJ, and then the Yon, very easy, like point-blank Ash Arrow just to follow up and ensure that they're going to kill that Rumble. So really nicely kind of set up there and then responded by TL.
And it's not just that they got the kills on Hambak and Huhi. Both of them tried to flash to get themselves out and still died anyway. So it's that much more insult added to injury here as Sentinels find themselves 1,500 gold behind. Quid putting the pressure on the Impact up here in the top side as well. Yeah, you finally got your Trinity Force complete on the Zehen, but now you're dealing with Blade of the Ruin King. With the upgraded Berserker Greaves Yone, it's just not a fun time for him.
And it's a Quid Yone. Quid has one of the highlight reels, one of the best LCS Quid highlight reels, Yone highlight reels that we have ever had. Also just interviewed Saint after their game, and he said, Quid,
new
definitely
meta
has the
Rumble
best
support
mechanics of any
because
mid
Sen
laner,
just
so we'll see
win
if those are on display at this Rift Herald fight.
using Rumble as
Hanbok
support.
wants to try to challenge for the Herald, but it's already going to get smote down by Jose Diodo as he tries to make his exit now. Quid still hanging out over the wall, jumps into the soul unbound. They want this damage onto Hanbok, but it's Jose Diodo staying alive for now. Again, that directional immunity buying him so much time. Now Huhi is just left to die. Team Liquid can do no wrong in these river fights as Rahel's about to drop the Quid, but he has to back away a little bit further now. Quid finally gets shut down, but Rahel does die. Yes, Impact is going to get his resurrection, but they're just going to kill him again right after. It's a slaughter for TL.
That's my fellow
ripping
blue.
apart Sentinels, the entire team. Meanwhile, the Rise, bottom lane, ripping apart that tower. He does keep split pushing. He's split pushing down there. We're going to see the teleports come in, but look at this. Over the wall, they're looking for it. Quid immediately ease to follow and kind of protect Jose here. So even though they pull off their patented combo, the Jarvan ulti and the Rumble ultimate, Quid is pulling off his patented combo with the rest of the team here. You know, setting him up, giving him a lot of room to play in.
Oh no, Darkwing's just finding himself caught out down here. Jose Diodo, it's just that easy for the Pantheon to get another one. 3-0-3. The jungle gap this game is massive.
It really is, and I mean, Darkwing stayed down there. He did get first tower, so that is something that they got, but going off the back of that, and then Morgan gets tower right back on the top side. That is brutal. I feel like I maybe learned something new in that replay, because it looked like the directional immunity was working on the Rumble's equalizer based on their positioning, which I didn't actually know that it worked on the dot if you're standing on it.
Yeah, as long as you point it at the champion that casted whatever it is,
it's a mind game.
Then it'll work.
I stare at you, your bomb doesn't hurt me.
I also would say, you know, some of the drawbacks here, if you have Rise, which is like a very historic split push champion, and you don't have teleport, yeah, it is nice to have the extra movement, you know, and have double sums with Ghost and Flash, but relying on only Realm Warp for rotating around the map can also be a bit of a hindrance. And I think TLAW has this game right where they want it. It's basically they're super rich, and Jose can come flying out of the skies anywhere on the map. These towers are starting to go down, so there's not a lot of safe space for Sentinels anymore. The Grand Starfall can come down right on your head.
Grand Starfall, Enchanted Crystal Arrow to follow it up or set up for it. Morgan can bring in the Call of the Forge God from a long way away here too. We've only got 60 seconds until the next dragon spawns, so I guess if you're looking for silver linings for Sentinels, at least because they got one of these first Drakes, it's not like Team Liquid is going to be moving to Soul Point if they take this, because I feel like if you're Sentinels, you do not want a fair fight out in the open at an objective right now.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it is going to be really, really tough, but it's hard to think how you want to play this out, because you're not really stronger in sides. You're not stronger in 5v5. There's not a lot of things that are kind of working for them. You know, these extended fights can be pretty good for Impact, but you get that passive bar all the way stacked up, and then Morgan just backs off and lets you
I mostly
if I'm counting like, oh, who loves extended fights? And you look across and the enemy team has Ash, Seraphine, and Yoda.
But I don't think they use Yasuo in the pro play.
Dang, we're fighting an uphill battle here. 4 people are going top for Morgan, though.
Okay.
Before the map went dark right now, I saw 4 Sentinels walking their way up, and Jin even kind of hovering that way too. I mean, Morgan, you cannot ask for more out of your Ornn pick, right? It's like, you got an Ornn pick into a Zehen, and you're even /even +3 CS. You basically, the enemy tower is already dead. You provide so much value. You're already upgrading your own item, and you can start to upgrade your teammates' items. So, job very well done, sir.
He's exactly where he needs to be. Already hitting that point, like you're saying, where the upgraded items are coming through, is just going to make this lead for TL that's already on paper super far ahead, be even more so. Sentinels are quickly running out of any sort of recourse to deal with this, and now TL just doing what TL does once they're ahead. They invade the enemy jungle, they take away resources, they starve Sentinels out, and it's getting harder and harder for Sentinels to own anything on Summoner's Rift.
I mean, I feel like we've talked about it a lot ever since even this roster was formed. But the signing of both Quid and Jose Diodo, these two together, have had a lot of really big performances for the team, even in some of the games where they were not successful. And so people obviously always looking for a lot out of these two. Quid last week, we were quite critical because he had a unexpectedly underperforming game, and it was quite surprising because he is usually so good, and it's nice to see immediately right back to business as usual for him.
Oh, and here comes the Wombo combo, Call of the Forge God into the Grand Starfall. Darkwings' Rise is just not participating in this first game, but Jose Dioto's Pantheon is racking up kill after kill, 5-0-3 now, 8 out of 10 kill participation. The guy is just making play after play, and now with the enemy team's support and mid laner down, Team Liquid's just taking the opportunity to start up a 20-minute Baron, while Quid is in a 1v2 against Rahel and Hambach, and he's winning. Morgan shows up just to make sure that Sentinel stays as far away from the Baron pit as possible, and TL is going to get this one for free.
Yeah, I mean, this tells you everything you need to know about the game. There's 2 Sentinels wards on the 20-minute Baron, and they still can't go there.
Yeah, you just have to stay all the way away from it. Watches the Baron dies, smoke down, 6,000 gold lead now for TL. The night is getting very dark very quickly here for Sentinels.
Yeah, absolutely is. This is a tough one for Sentinels. They're going to have to find some pretty big picks, I think, to have any chance of doing something in this game. Feels like it has to be a fight where maybe you one-shot Yawn, you know, if you catch him right off the bat and kill him,
at this point.
The counter engage is so good and everyone else is so fed that I don't even know if it's going to matter at this point. But, you know, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the mid-jungle for TL, like you were touching on, Kobe, because Quid obviously came in with super high expectations. He was like the hottest off-season Ospec.
Yeah.
Whereas Jose, a lot of people were kind of disappointed. Well, we wanted Inspired. You know, what is Jose doing here? Like, why is he showing up? But Jose has been incredible this split.
And now Sentinels are at least trying to get something, but Jose Dioto is utterly undeterred. Darkwings caught off on the side as the Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to lock up Impact. Darkwings first to fall as Sentinels scatter. Impact and Huhi both still trying to escape, but Jose Dioto finds one more stun, forces out a defensive Grim Deliverance. And the only thing Impact can deliver is himself to safety, but ever so barely. The whole jungle is owned by Team Liquid. The bottom lane tier 2 is going to get knocked down by Quid. The mid lane tier 2 is about to die to the rest of the team. And Sentinels just can't do anything.
Yeah, they're going to try, though.
Well, it better be one hell of a try, because you're running out of chances. Quid already grabs the kill there onto Huhi. It's a double for Quid before they even get Impact in there. And Yawn's just going to focus fire the Zehen. Jose Dioto with the Grand Starfall 2 feet away as Impact tries to hide in the jungle, escaping the Team Liquid bounty hunters, but it's not going to happen. Jose Dioto dominating Team Liquid on the victory march.
Impact was that meme of the pizza delivery coming to the apartment that's all on fire. he teleported in. Hey, go!
Two guys are already dead. Everybody else is running away. Now the base is shattered. Jose Dioto just WTF.
They're all just instantly flashing over after him. This game's already over, Flowers.
Yeah, this one's done. 23 minutes in, 14-2, 11,000 gold lead. I think Spawn was right on the money. Team Liquid got what they wanted. Everything went according to plan. Jose Dioto jumping in, looking for yet another kill here on the Hambach, who manages to fly in only to die. He gets ran down by Yawn with a focus fire. Darkwing's just trying to distract him from the Nexus, but he'll only serve to pad the stats. Team Liquid wins at 18-2.
Look at their cams. They won that game so hard, not a single TL player was even smiling. They're like,
what does TLAW stand for?
That was a 23-minute victory.
Yeah, that was not even remotely close. Team Liquid. Jose Dioto, man, that is my MVP, 100%. I feel like he got so much done this game. He was the one who they tried to make plays on, but he always knew exactly how to time his shield, when he needs to flash away, how far he can play. Really impressive stuff from him and the whole squad.
And he's making a case for himself for MVP of the split. Lounge, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that one. I really do. Now, that being said, we're going to be hitting on the positives from Team Liquid. Emily's got one ready for us, but right now I'm going to be talking about the negatives. I'm a negative Nancy. We're going to talk about Sentinels a little bit because they came in with a really cool pick, and it's the Rumble option. And so immediately, as you would imagine, you hit level 6 as we get into the game. Level 6, level 6, level 7, Hambach pathing down. This is what we're trying to path towards and play around. The idea, the concept is clear. Path our jungle bot side, Rumble ulti, and get the Jhin W so we can then channel Jhin ulti and get either a flash or 100% a kill if the Jhin is accurate enough. Play the clip immediately. Huhi ulti does go down.
Rumble support, bro.
And the follow-up seems to be ready from Sentinel's side. Jhin comes through. W. Yes, you could say it's a dodge, a slight pivot, but it is a miss at the end of the day. They still channel the Jin ulti to see if
langsung
they can
pakai
get something through.
champion-champion
But
andalan
ultimately, this
mereka.
is a failure.
Terus kayak
You don't really
terbantai
get a
deh
flash, you don't
kilaunya.
get really anything from
Gak
bot
mau
side,
deh,
you
aku
get a
gak mau
heal,
nanti.
but overall, Yeon and Core JJ are
Gak
healthy.
deh, gak mau. Aku
Next
gak mau
time,
itu
they
terjadi.
try
Aku
one
kan
more
ulti
time
lau.
to see if they
Itu
can get
skenario
this right.
pertama.
One more time.
Skenario
And
kedua adalah
as
mereka sengaja
Jarvan
guys.
is pathing
Mereka
bot side, as
sengaja
you can see
ngepur
here.
di match pertama soalnya
The
kayak
main goal is to see if they can
masih
get this going. Rumble ulti
awal-awal
is available.
kita kasih
Jin
mereka
ulti is
kemenangan di
now
awal
available. And so
agar
they set
mereka
up the
senang
same play.
gitu.
Huhi gets
Itu
the control
skenario
ward.
kedua.
This one is even more egregious actually from Rahel in particular because if I slow it down just a little bit, yes, clear out the control ward. Now you have Jarvan in the
only
area.
think about
W
that.
right through. If this was football,
Two
you get 3
scenarios
points. If this is
in
just
my head.
basic League of Legends, you get absolutely nothing in this play. And so I love the idea, but
Rumble
the
itu
execution
nyempur api
didn't come
tadi.
through. And so the goal lead was just ballooning from
Yeah.
Team Liquid side as they're getting a lot on the opposite side of the map. But as we talked about Team Liquid side, Emily has the other aspect of it,
This
the
is the
positive.
perfect time to
The
get into
positive,
LCS.
and the positive starts with Jose
up till last year,
Deodo. In
aside
this
from
current
the
play, he's
10
actually
bans,
leading in
you
this
could play
brush
any
right here.
champion.
Seraphine and
They
Ash are going to
changed
be able
it
to
so that
join, but
champion
the
pick
two important
in the
players
match
here
can be
are
picked
going to
again in
be
the match.
Quid and Jose Deodo as
Yeah,
we go through the clip.
actually that rule is
because
better.
as Cast pointed out,
I feel like
he
they
blocks
have these
so
rules
much damage.
every
Pause
year.
here. With the with his Aegis Assault,
Saya
and then
udah
he's actually
better
able
off
to
with Ted's
flash out
playing.
in this direction,
What
which
the
then
hell?
allows Quid to come across all of this as we play through and clean up, and this is their first big major team fight win.
This
It
girl
also allows
giving
Core
her
on the back half of
analysis,
this,
but I can
to
understand.
end up getting onto Huhi, where Jose also is able to help polish them off there. Pause here. Again, Jose Deodo is going to be going in here. He's going to end up blocking so much damage,
Yes.
and it's this combo of
Uh-huh.
the Pantheon and as we play through, and the Yone to really set up for so many of these plays. He just blocks so much damage there off of the Rumble Equalizer. And the big thing is that with him soaking up all this damage, it
Yes.
creates so much space for Quid to end up popping off. For
Artinya, TLAW
Morgan
ini tuh
to end up
masuk,
coming in here, but also for
ngeblok,
Yeon to be firing
jago
from the
banget,
back
dia
line.
ngeblok,
So again, because he's
ngeblok,
just soaking up all this
zoning,
damage, able to get into the fight immediately, we were kind of looking at,
jago
okay,
banget.
how are they going to play around these globals with him coming in with Grand
Jago,
Starfall?
iya.
This is a little bit of a different way to look at team fighting
Player
with
of the game,
Pantheon.
TLAW Jose
But I
Dodo.
thought he did amazingly well to, as almost like a pseudo tank, so Quid could get in there.
I guess I'm a hater. I wanted to shout out Core JJ for having.
Yeah, you are. I was about to say.
I think
you're the
Seraphine's
only
are
one.
The game was
underappreciated,
decided in the
but I knew
draft.
Jose was going to win, deserving.
I don't know,
player
bro.
of the game right there. Also, don't miss any LCS action when you get your favorite foods delivered on Uber Eats
Soalnya-
for less gold. This was Emily's series of the week, so I'm still waiting for it to deliver.
Why do we
Nggak
need
tahu sih.
Emily, this is on you.
Karena aku pikir
Game two is
scaling
up
banyak di Sentinel jadi kayak wah late game nih. Mereka mainnya late game tapi tidak dikasih late game. Wah, hihuhu. Tim Liquid terkenal sih, Kop. Iya. Syududu. Maksudnya apa tuh? No. Syalala. Yes, syalala.
Rich in the ground before Dove can even get
Nah.
there. Time to try to knock out as Impact gets burst.
Don't feed.
I won't get influenced by the advertisement because I got my food already.
Scan the QR code for deals.
Syududu.
on Uber Eats.
I think it's time to share codes. Who wants the codes? Who wants the codes? Who wants the codes? Gua mau mobil, ngotak Dimas. Ngotak Dims. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give you 5 codes. Codes are for I think you can redeem it in any server. I think. Are there codes to your heart? No. Codes. Redeem codes. Yang I have over 700 skins. Bro is a senior. Bro is a senpai. Are you going to play League with your uncle dad? I don't want to make her stressed. I think it's fine. I finally got one, thanks Kobo. Yay, Relax! Congratulations! I don't have any skins yet. I don't know, guys, because I have 2 servers, SEN and Japan server. I don't know which one should I focus on, but of course I focus on my C server account, cause I got I got friends there mostly. I got new friends, Indonesian VTubers mostly. Yippee!
Welcome everybody, and congratulations, Huhi, on winning your Week 3 Player of the Week. How you feeling, brother?
Thank you, thank you. I mean, it feels good.
Yay, thanks,
good
Kobo.
to win a Player
Congrats!
of the Week again.
It's redeeming.
It's been a long time, so I'm glad that I won it this time.
I'll give you
Pagi,
rapid fire
Bo. Baru
questions.
pulang
If
si
you
Fmal.
can't remember, or if you don't want to answer a question, you can go next. So you ready? 90 seconds on the clock.
Ini jam setengah
Okay.
6.
3, 2, 1. What's your biggest fear in life?
Dark.
We're banning Nocturne.
Yeah.
What would be the Huhi World skin? What champion?
My world skin, maybe, you know, like Acel, something like
Acel?
something that can have Acel too. Like
True.
Lulu can be good too.
One of these days, we're gonna get you to answer Bard.
A Bard,
Yeah, you're gonna have to play. You're
You
gonna
can
play.
focus on ID
You're gonna
account
play
after you
that
move.
champion
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
Wait,
He's
oh
gonna
yeah,
fix
we
it.
can transfer
Okay.
account.
What teammate are you trusting to survive in a zombie apocalypse?
I think Hanbak or Rahel.
Okay. Best and worst support in the LCS.
A very
I'll say
fun
Vulcan.
questionnaire.
Okay.
Vulcan, and the worst.
Questionnaire.
Worst.
Took me 5 years playing the game
worst,
to
I'm
realize
sorry,
that
but maybe.
you don't really
Theo.
need more than
Okay.
one skin per champion.
Name a Valorant SEN player.
Your favorite
Hey, you're on the
skin for that
organization. You better
champion.
be up to snuff on this.
Past that is-
Cortez.
Boom!
There you go.
Thank you for
Three
the
best teammates in
insight.
your career.
The 3 best teammates. You know.
I think depends on
X-Media is
the
kinda growing
person
me.
too,
Like,
Swally.
I've been reconnecting, and he's not a bad
For
guy.
me, if I have a main
3?
champion that I
3,
really
huh?
often to use,
I'll give it
I would have
the
more than
OG
one
Afro move.
skin.
Of course.
Like we were really
This is
close back then.
Just you know, if I ever feel bored, I can
like
just
River.
change.
Okay, there we go,
skin.
River. Much love and respect to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you keep in contact with any of them still?
Bos, semisal kamu
X-Media
jadi
is
streamer gini terus
Yeah.
diundang
I
ke
think,
sana, ketemu sama Faker,
Yeah,
apa yang
I
kamu
just
akan
see
lakukan?
here and there, like Afro moves here and there, but like
Coaching,
we don't really
anjay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nih ya,
we broke
Faker,
all the time, but I will
dengerin
say
aneh.
this is a message for everybody out there. Always keep in contact.
Yeah.
Message them. You never know.
Asik.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations one
What
more time.
is
Thank you
Kobo
again for
yapping
the interview.
about?
Thank you.
Kalau kata
Good luck in
Faker.
the next match.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back, everybody, to our last best of 3 of the weekend here with Team Liquid going up against Sentinels. Coming into this one, I think all of us were expecting this to be the matchup of the week, and game number 1 was the most one-sided game we've seen all weekend.
Because Emily
Lo
told
gives
me
a lot
that.
of skins for
He said it's a match of the week, and then we got a
Come on, Emily.
23-minute opener.
Oh.
What are you doing?
SMH my head, Emily. All right, well, let's
For
see
your
if
Timo
Sentinels
main?
can bring
No,
this
but I
back.
think
But
Kaela
Sentinels, according
used
to
Timo a
Spawn,
lot.
gave TL 4 of their 5 best champions.
Yeah.
So
intentionally
with a
because
master
fearless.
stroke,
I played
fearless,
for the first time today and one lane with her.
now.
Very intuitive.
But
how do you like
there's still
Right,
left,
all these weird.
I'm assuming, maybe.
out there.
Who do you think was the one who wasn't on his best?
I
don't
lose
think
using
Rumble
Aurora.
is his favorite champion, but maybe it's Spawn's
I
favorite.
think my most
favorite
played
for their
character
team.
is Galio.
I would agree with you though. It might be Renekton.
Galio is also me.
Well, let's see if that's what they get, because Team Liquid is going right back into this with the same strategy. They started off in draft. In the previous one, they want to keep the Skarner away from Hanbok. He is like the premier Skarner in LCS right now. Other side, we're going to see the Nocturne and the Jace fan down by
Swally, so
And if you're evaluating by
come from
chat opinion,
you're a Kaelo Arga. I see.
Of giving over Ashe Seraphine and then picking Jin yourself.
Jail.
It's like the
Galio is
jail.
very
Most
strong
egregious
off with your head.
Under the jail.
Under the
Dungeon.
Galio looks very heavy though
below
because
the jail.
Yup, down in the
he
molten
made
core of
made
the
of
earth.
stone, alright.
Golden Glow, I still love you, brother.
Volcano.
But yeah, it's Jin into Ashe Seraphine.
Okay,
It
so
did not work.
for bottom
It's a
lane, things are
Pomalo.
still up. There are still more sins that can be committed. Varus,
I don't know what to do for free, lol.
Varus,
I will do my
Ezreal,
best to learn
Karma is
lol.
not banned this time around.
Lol,
So there's a
lol,
lot
lol.
more in the
Varus is
bottom
up too,
lane.
like
Yes,
you're saying.
yes.
I mean, Varus is a perm ban generally, and
I like Karma
too.
Ezreal so much though.
I think it's gonna be a trade, right? Like, surely you don't
keep
ban him
banning
now.
my main
Probably just
champion
go for a
Nocturne.
trade. Take Karma for
Nocturne,
Okay, let's see. What do we
The
got? Orianna,
champion
Akali
that-
also
the-
banned
the-
out.
that has-
targeted here.
the one that
I
has
think that makes sense because I feel like at
darkness.
this point you have
Oh.
2 Giga OPs that are always perm banned. If you ban one, the other team just gets the other one for free, right? Like you
Yeah.
gotta trade.
Yo,
so
has
they already have
everyone
the
read
potential
the
Karma Ezreal
code?
here, which is I'm assuming what they will take.
I wonder
and then we
if
have to see what the
if
pairing
the
is gonna
codes
be.
are
You can do Karma
got
and then grab your
redeemed.
jungler instead
Totally.
here.
Yes,
because
yes,
you know, obviously know they're
yes,
not.
I just mean for the 2v2.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You obviously
Yeah.
you know they're not going to grab
Alright.
Ezreal, so could do that.
Ezreal
Varus.
support.
I was about to facetiously make that joke.
Just wait
That
until next
woman.
season.
I
Wait,
forgot.
next week even with the new season. You can
The
have
AP,
jungle
yeah.
Ezreals and you can have mid lane Ezreals next season. So
Ezreal-
maybe we're 1 week too
Varus
too
is
early.
I
Be
still
careful.
have a
Cooking.
long-seated problem with jungle Ezreal because he ruins jungle items for
Runeglaive,
actual
that jerk.
Runeglaive, Spirit of Elder Lizard, everything is made for junglers. Ezreal just takes and he
Yeah.
ruins it and makes it.
Oh.
What's up with that?
I thought they're gonna make
I mean,
bigger.
I've used it every time that it was good. So.
You're part of the problem.
You know what? The problem is too big.
You know,
Cars, if
seeing
don't become
your
part
main
of it,
getting
you just
picked,
be on the receiving
your
end.
main champion getting picked is kind of
Anyway,
exciting.
exactly
You know?
as
That's
I
the problems.
said.
Become
Right.
part of the problems.
Exactly. Focus up, boys.
Oh, this is not life advice.
Oh yeah,
Don't-
We got
Karma.
all kinds of life advice.
Karma,
Raz is like, yeah,
100%
everyone
win
falls
rate.
out of
Why
touch
you so
eventually.
sure,
And
bro?
Kobe's like,
But
if
yes.
people are causing problems,
I'm-
just cause
because
problems
I'm
too. It's
super
easier to
easy
fix.
now,
to be
so
part of
yes.
the problem.
It is a lot easier than fixing.
It's true. It's true.
Aku jujur biar pun
Jose
nonton
Diogo
streamnya
was a problem last
masih
game,
belum paham
and he's
betul
on
soal
the
game
Sims
League
out
of
this
Legends.
game.
Semoga
I
aku
feel
bisa
like
jadi
he's
satu
going to
resim
be a
ini.
problem for Sentinels.
Gak apa-apa.
Yeah.
Pressure Alif.
So they do basically they do the kind
Kalau mau
of
belajar
expected
tuh
over
emang paling enak.
You grab this
Main
in, which
langsung,
as
eh.
you're saying can work really well when you have Karma powering it up, and so they'll probably
Karma.
just go
Oh,
for the
Karma meta.
Ezreal to round it out, but so Ezreal doesn't get banned in the next
Must be
couple
strong
of
in
bans
most
from
meta.
Sentinels.
Yeah.
Trundle is
for
always
support, but
a
also
decent answer into Xin early on because you can
Interesting.
win the duels, and your pillar is a very useful tool in picking off Xin in the mid game because he has no escapes, of course. That plus Bard makes me think Sentinels actually have a lot of pick potential here, so I kind of do like what they're cooking. Plus, it does dissuade Morgan from now going for a blind, pick on a tank or anything like that because you already have the Trundle. So it's kind of working on a couple of fronts here.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I will say the Bard obviously is a strong laner, can be powerful, but when you already know that one of the carriers is Ezreal, like you know that Ezreal was going to be coming through once you saw it. Like that was just going to happen.
Yo,
and
chat.
Quinn is going to have the info that you are
Nggak
playing against
ngerti
a
dan
Bard. So he
nggak
doesn't have
bakal
to play a
main,
low
dan
mobility
aku,
champion
iya,
either. Bard, I always feel like is so much more difficult to pilot when you're playing against 2 champions with dashes that are the ones you're trying to hit. It just makes it way more difficult.
You're not getting that guaranteed value by firing off the Tempered Fate and demanding a
Tornya
flash
League
as a
bagus
response
kok mulai
at least.
dipahami juga.
But going into our second half of the bans here, yeah,
Championnya
Silas
beribu,
banned away
anjir.
on the Sentinel side while Yorick is the ban for TL.
Well, another one of Morgan's strong champions is Gnar, or they could go full poke with a Jace.
Israel, my boy.
The Yorick ban actually does protect against a couple of those top lane picks for Morgan. Oh, Jace was banned, never mind. So they don't need further protection against that, but the Gnar could be an option for him because that's a very versatile champ, right? You know, it can side lane, it can play team fights as well, so.
No, Varus won't be on the top.
So,
They're gonna switch.
Annie banned away again. Remember, this was one of the second half bans in game number 1 as well. What's the last one gonna be here? For SEN alongside the Silas.
Yeah, the Silas is interesting. I'm trying to think, is it just that Impact just wants to blind the Gnar? Like, that kind of has to be something like that, because generally you are thinking about
Varus langganan banget ya. Iya lagi. Sumpah aku dari kemarin ya nontonin ini apa LCS ini ya Bang Ion. Bang Ion, kenapa belum tidur BTW atau baru bangun atau morning person aja ini Bang Ion. Itu Varus tuh selalu di-pick gitu loh. Varus always get picked. In my most Watchalong LCS.
I think the Silas is probably
Hidup Liga Legenda, infokan Liga Legenda.
As the counter for top side.
There's just not a lot of mid lane matchups that I'm thinking about.
Bang Ion, kenapa Harap muncul di sini? Baru bangun apa Bang Ion?
Caitlyn Bard bottom.
This is a really good pivot,
menurut
honestly.
Kamu Lak atau Hoki lebih berpengaruh untuk menang atau pure strategi?
Or can be good versus the Ezreal.
Nggak bro, kalau MOBA itu lebih pure strategi bro.
If you go TF into the Varus, like have fun playing the side lane.
Varus top.
And honestly,
LCS saya guys.
Maybe I am being unfair because he has been playing
Bang
so many
Ion
different
ini
champions.
Tilau 1-0 sama Sen. Dan aku dukung Tilau. Menurut Bang Ion sebagai ahli Liga Legenda, gimana Bang Ion? Kamu dukung Tilau atau kamu dukung Sentinel?
It just does not feel like an Impact champion to me at all. I don't know, maybe he's gonna totally prove me wrong.
Wait, Varus is actually top? I thought they're gonna switch.
I also like this pivot though. So instead of going for the TF to do,
I thought they're gonna switch the champion, no?
Side lanes to punish both the Varus and the Caitlyn Bard lane here. If you go a LeBlanc, it is another poke champion when you're looking at no point and click CC. It is so hard to punish Quid later on in the game. It's like Impact has to be a sniper and just nail him with the Varus ultimate. Otherwise, you cannot do much against this LeBlanc poking you out and finding angles. And Quid did have a very good opening game here. Plus, it gives you a very good mid jungle with the Xin. So I kind of like this angle actually.
Varus gelo. Tadi katanya nggak ngerti.
Plus what you were talking about
earlier,
Isaac,
stop, tapi
you
nggak
see
tahu
the
deh.
ball on the enemy team.
Ini kenapa sih Sentinel? Dari tadi tuh kayak
is going to have greater efficacy against that.
Based on what you guys said,
every single time.
Sentinel is experimenting. Like this is their second.
If I'm playing something like Trundle jungle,
second match,
I'm trying to gank a LeBlanc.
Experimental.
You walk straight at him, you just get chained, he just throws over your pillar. The chain also follows Aurora across the veil. You know, you can actually land that through that little invisibility hop. So some pretty good interactions there. And also, just straight up, every single person except the Trundle is squishy. Super squishy. LeBlanc has 4 great targets this game.
Sentinel E-nya apa? E-nya eksperimen.
Wah! Obviously a very long time team
kamu nggak boleh gitu, Ipa.
And Yon here is immediately spamming in chat. XD all caps. Impact, you're a changed man. Obviously referring to the Varus. There is history here.
Better nggak sih daripada Rumble support
on the team with Yon, him trying to get
him to play top lane. Varus tuh ADC yang aku tahu. Dia biasanya tuh ada di bottom.
It's very different than what it's happening because it's saying open as though like it makes it seem like he's saying open. It's open-minded. He's saying he's open-minded. So that's very different than just like
open
we lost. You know,
I thought that's what I interpreted.
That's what open generally means when you see it in solo queue is like open nexus, but he's saying he's open-minded.
That's an unfortunate cutoff of the chat lines. There were 3 more lines after that. So in fact, this is the history that we are talking about, and his record versus Team Liquid.
Yep, as well as his record on Team Liquid, almost 65%. It was with
Yeah,
them obviously
eksperimennya
through a lot of their success, this massive title run that they had, the back-to-back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah,
And,
whatever it is, they have reasoning behind it all.
Considering how dominant they are.
Kayaknya pernah ada yang main Varus top dan
And the most
GG.
surprising part about that last stats is
Tadi
his
sebelumnya
record
ada yang pakai Rumble
after getting kicked
support.
is the positive one.
Padahal Rumble
2-1.
harusnya di top.
Sentinels, of course, did get the upset. And
Jadi
won the first
kocak
time
aja
round.
nih
This
Bang
is a
Ian.
champion pool thing you are
Kayak
alluding to,
Sentinel
though,
ini kedua kalinya
quite early
mau
on,
nge-troll
right?
atau
Impact has played a
bakal GG
significant
nih
amount
baru
of
stop.
champions,
Kalau
but
aku
not
sih semoga
necessarily
tidak ya,
the
karena kan aku
main
dukungnya
tanks that
Tilau
people
nih
think
secara
of.
dia
I
biru.
will say though, Shen is a classic impact tank, and of course the Galio up there as well.
Yeah, I mean, those are the 3 champions that I think, if you asked people other than Impact, because I know when I talk to him, he doesn't really view himself as a tank player. He just views
adalah
himself as
troll
like a meta
pembaik.
player, right? He'll play
Tapi
whatever he
aku
thinks
tetap
is
tidak mau
strong.
dukung Impact.
But we will
Impact,
get back to that because we have Raz standing by with Golden Glue.
Oh, don't you worry, guys. We're continuing the conversation.
Oh, yeah,
Golden
Jesse
Blue right next to
Dodo.
me, and we're going to be talking about the Impact Varus top lane. He's a new man. He's a changed man, is he?
Yeah, we're very open-minded to, like Hongdae guy.
Tuh,
That's us
si
in
Kenar
draft
will
today.
be have
Is
a
that
hard
a saying,
time
by the way?
to
Because he typed
farming.
that in the chat
right?
just now.
Yeah, it's to say you haven't heard it. You're not chronically online enough then. Yeah.
Apparently not. You're going up against 2 coaches that you know very well.
Mari kita lihat
Stein, who's
ya.
just in the country, and also
Bener.
your former assistant coach. Is there any banter, anything, any kind of conversation you guys had coming into this?
No, I got to see them before the game, and we chatted a little bit, but it's all fun and games. They're kind of
Dust
teasing
and
about all
Down
our flex picks, and then I was just talking about to them how it didn't work out for us last game. So, yeah, they're good guys, and I love to play and compete against them.
All right, sweet. Just last question before we go. Is there anything that you want to see different from the last game to this one?
I hope we don't get rolled.
Awal dong Kenar
Last
sulit
game, man,
level
that was
6.
a
Kenar tuh
stop.
gacornya
I think,
tuh kalau udah
we had
outnya
like
itu
a
ya.
lot of control in mid bottom.
Kalau
and we
berubah
didn't
jadi
really translate
monster.
it into much. I think this game we also we had a
Can
bit
change
spicy
between
lanes
his
where we
baby
had
range
Vayne
form
into Nara, and the mid match was also
and his
spicy.
big
So
melee
I hope to see
CC form
that
by
we track the
choice.
jungle.
It happens somewhat
Zenzel's
in-
wrapping around top.
What?
As we speak, I was gonna say track the jungle well and we don't die to
What
ganks.
do you mean it
but,
happens somewhat uncontrollably? I thought it's his ult and you can just toggle it on or
fine?
off.
He has two,
No?
he's fine. He has burned 2 suns.
Oi, oi,
Oh my God, he
oi!
didn't flash.
Yay!
There's the response to that one. I'm going to send this one straight to the casters. I appreciate it, Grace. And you can go back to the room. There
That's
it
a
is.
good kill. That's a good kill.
I think we need to cut
Harus
out
geber
the part of that
item
interview after
dari
we have another
Varusnya,
gank here,
kan?
though, Flowers.
Yeah, Hombox showing up, trying to gank Quid. Distortion gets him away initially. The change
let-
roots Hombok up.
don't let
Quid does
the
have to flash
virus
at least, so they will get the
getting
summoner spell out of the
the
LeBlanc there.
gold.
But one thing that I did want to mention real quick as well, talking about summoner
Yes!
spells, Impact has Exhaust on the Varus.
Well,
so
he did have
Very
it.
late.
he had Exhaust, he used Exhaust, and now...
And he
man,
died, and he used Flash and died also. So
I love the fact that Jose
bottom
targeted him
lane.
early because non-teleport top laner getting punished early, it's just nightmare mode.
Wuhi,
Instantly.
Yeah,
Wuhi
it
itu
is really,
pakai
really
apa?
tough. Of course,
Apakah
not as
GG?
bad this
Belum,
season
masih
because you have
1-0
home guards and all
Bejir.
that, but
Sabar
still
Bang Ion,
brutal,
Bang
and
Ion,
Morgan
kamu
got
bisa
the kill.
sabar nggak?
did the fact that he has Exhaust bait himself
Kita
into
belum
thinking
bisa
I
menilai
can live without
segalanya
flashing
dari
because
awal
I will exhaust
pertandingan.
this guy? Might actually be
Tapi
part of
kayaknya
the problem.
ketika Gunnar
Because
sudah
as Golden Glue is saying,
level 6 sudah
he didn't
GG.
flash early, and then he still flashed late, Flowers.
Escape-nya Varus jelek,
That's double
apalagi
bad.
itu ada
My
Caitlyn
favorite
juga
part about
yang
the interview,
sama-sama
though,
jelek.
is we need to cut out the
Chill,
little insert
chill,
of the
bro.
question. Raz says, any last words, Golden Glue?
Well, any last words? Who he has to flash away, barely stays alive on his bar.
Varus kudu punya
As now
ulti
it's
dulu baru
another
bisa lari.
1v1 up here on the top
Ya, nih,
side.
coba kita lihat.
Morgan
Wah,
is
Gunnar
quickly
sudah level
going to make it
6.
an unfair fight though. Impact still trying to get away. There's your win becomes lightning, but it doesn't hit the target. So Impact lives this time, but he's got to hoof it all the way back.
Josu
once he
Dodo,
recalls.
pedangnya panjang sekali.
Any last words, Golden Glue? I hope we don't get rolled. That's the end of the quote.
Yeah, that was the best
I
possible
hope we
response.
don't get rolled.
I mean, that immediately into
What does
watching the
Quid
hope fade from his
using
eyes.
right now?
He's like,
What's the
is
champion
he
name?
fine? He
He can
What
use
does
both flash
Quid
covers.
use and
okay.
The
and
double,
who he
oh
used?
my God, at the end
the
of
name?
it,
The
too.
name of, give me the champion's name.
Being a coach isn't stressful at all.
Yeah, Raz, please go check on Golden Glue. We got to make sure he's okay. Quid's
Wait.
under a little bit of threat here from Dark Wings as he goes between worlds, but Core JJ is ready to show up, making sure his mid laner stays safe.
Nah.
Narrator, they did get
LeBlanc.
Yeah,
Wait,
this
is LeBlanc.
is already a 1,000.
In game number one, in game number one, the rolling is still a process of rolling.
Okay.
They're getting momentum.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Do you see that little
We've
bar
got control
under
over this
Nars
topside river and
HP?
Scuttle Crab here for Team Liquid.
Yes.
Impact wants to walk down. Jose
Oh, yeah,
see
that
the Bears
bar.
immediately. Finds the third talent strike there on the Hambach. The Trundle doesn't have an ulti to keep himself tanky. Jose Diodo gets the kill. He's still alive, but he does finally fall. He hanging around, but does not want to stick around all the way for this one, as Impact is trapped in the grub pit as a lone Varus. He is not getting out of this.
No matter what, when it fills up, you have to make a decision. I see.
The snowball's getting bigger. We'll put it like that. There.
The rolling will continue until morale improves. This is not going great for the Sentinels.
They've been rolled, but they haven't been smoked yet.
Pay attention to their team fight later, Kubo. You will see why so many of us hate ADC top. Gunnar will help, Varus will not.
Topside rolling.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, Impact comes down, but they know he has no flash. They try to go in, they use the chains of disruption. They're hoping, hey, maybe we can burst down Jose. But the fact that Core is here early buys so much time with the mantra inspires, with the shields coming out, makes it just way too hard for them to be able to take him down.
And I have to say, as funny as the story is, the TL side of this,
can you guys stop trolling around?
Your eyes are so blue. Once you start doing the thing where you push your own cheeks up and do like the blowfish face, you know that you're just like, you're on another planet right now.
That's absolutely true. Range top are a lot worse
started to get
in coordinated play because you could just coordinate to shot them down.
They're never going to get old for me, man. There's your wallop from Morgan. Exhaust thrown out by Impact to try to keep himself protected enough to survive this. Morgan's going to miss the boulder toss there. Steps right on up, does get rooted. Morgan is low. It's actually the 1v1 win there for Impact, but this is the fourth if you count the topside river fight time that Jose Diodo has showed up. He knows there's an enemy top lane AD carry, and he is Xin Zhao. The assignment is understood and accepted. Sentinel's going to go ahead and begin to dragon themselves at least, as Quid goes aggressive here towards Darkwing, is going to find that second chains of corruption. Flashwood becomes lightning, but it misses. Jose Diodo doesn't quite have the distance, and Darkwing gets away.
Ooh, just barely short on that one.
Bot lane now, problems for Core JJ and Team Liquid, as Sentinels manages to pick up a kill.
Core solutions for Sentinels, perhaps.
Nice sidestep there by Yon, getting out of the way of the Tempered Fate just in time. Even in the 1v2, he is undeterred. True Shot Barrage collides with Brahel, but not enough damage for Yon to try to finish this.
Yeah, he was really trying to grab him with the binding there, but he got 2 minions, and so Yon is able to arcane shift forward, get some damage done. Jose is back.
Flash.
By the way, Impact is for sure counting the number of times that he's going top. Every top laner keeps a tally of every jungler every time they show their faces up here. Now he has no flash.
Bullying the elderly.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when I played normals or flex.
And you're like,
hey man, can we get a gank top? This guy's already been here 5 times. I'm like, don't worry, we got Dragon.
LeBlanc is a magic
I can count the ganks because I can't count the minions I'm getting, because they're not getting any.
It is worth being said though, Sentinels, trying to salvage something here on the bottom side of the map, getting the kill on bottom side, getting the Dragon on bottom side, focusing towards their mid game.
Impact's going to get this wave shoved in at least, as they did have Hambach shadowing to make sure it wasn't just another Jose Diodo party.
And Huhi roam along with Hambach.
Ooh, finding Jose Diodo here in the jungle. Even though that third talent strike did get the knockup on the Hambach, there's no way for Jose to get away. And this is what we're talking about. Trundle can be so effective against these diver-type champions, as Darkwing's now under pressure. Meanwhile, topside, it's Morgan finally on the receiving end of the gang squad. Hambach's going to pick up another one, and Sentinels take the kill lead.
And you know what makes Trundle really effective? When he's got a Bard roaming with him, because all of a sudden you can go through walls. You have a stun on your team right next to you. Huhi here, the veteran, one of the many veterans on the team, making a big difference with some Bard roam timers for the team to go help out Hambach and deal with Jose's assault on the top side. Now he's back bottom end.
Yeah, Huhi wrapping around there with a magical journey as Rahel tries to get away, and Yon is just going aggro. Goes on the magical journey to get himself back away, but he's caught by the Tempered Fate as Hambach shows up on the left side flank, and Yon is out of there. Darkwings takes the kill as Core JJ is slowed down by the pillar. Ace in the hole from downtown to set it up. Huhi's going to grab the kill. Gentlemen, the game is back to dead even.
Huhi has unrolled the Sentinels here. When we have Bard, you usually want to start creating plays, creating chaos like this, but one of the best things is to go attack enemy jungle and then do a quick reset and do another play. Bard is one of the best champions at doing that because you can immediately recall, go to another magical journey, and look at the magical journey that Jan went on. He was like super deep, then flash forward to go for put the pressure on Rahel, still gets caught up here, and Huhi is just kind of creating a lot here out of nothing for Sentinels, making some plays, roaming around, that's what you have to do on this champion. And so you go to your Trundle and you really just open up so many possibilities.
Yeah, it's still winnable. It's still winnable. It's still winnable.
With a lot of the extra CC and a lot of extra mobility afforded to you,
still winnable.
Has got Sentinels right back to parity here in the mid game. And since they got the early dragon in payment for the topside focus, Jose though.
Yep, Jose Diodo has found another AD carry to chase down. But Rahel manages to escape, does have to spend the flash to do it.
Yeah, exactly. The other AD carry, he's got hands. We're going to try this AD carry on for Sass.
We're going to mess with this guy a little bit now. Jan has to back up here in mid lane as he does show up. Make sure that Ezreal doesn't play too audaciously.
Yeah, I mean, Hambach, despite the amazing start for Jose, where it felt like he's gank, Hambach has the same amount of kills, more assists. You know, he's right there in gold and has the Triforce completed. So Hambach is doing really, really well. And Impact, with a little bit of help from his team and some good individual plays, has gotten right back into this game.
Yeah, Hambach's also ahead on 1 in Animal Snackies. So that much closer to getting the fully upgraded.
That's when Jose says, yeah, but that was support. That's our favorite phrase. As jungler, everybody else on the map always cries jungler diff, but junglers, we cry support diff.
I'm with you, buddy. It's not my fault. It's his. As Impact now under pressure yet again. Jose Diodo once more looking to visit the top lane. Finds the wind become lightning on this one. Core JJ backing him up with the mantra-empowered Inner Flame. Jose Diodo exhausted now by that Varus, and Morgan can't get involved fast enough. So Impact does survive, but again, that's going to cost his exhaust. It's going to force him back. And you can just see the difference here. Morgan's up over 20 farm.
Did Jose's Q3 expire there or something? It looked like when he flashed back in, I assumed he was flashing back in to actually try to knock him up, but didn't have anything there. So I'm kind of curious as to what happened, because that seemed like if you don't have your Q knock-up ready, that seemed like a random flash to me.
Well, hopefully we'll get to take a look at it in the replay and see if that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, Kobe's investigating. We got him on the case.
All right, Detective Kobe will figure out whether or not
their
that
gold
was
is
the
still
truth.
even.
Impact now under pressure from Quid. The LeBlanc looking for these AD carries yet again. This is what we mentioned in draft. This pick is so powerful against 4 squishies. And I mentioned that, you know, Morgan's up over 20 farm in the top lane. Quid is up 145 to 113 in mid. The solo lanes are very far ahead on the TL side.
I mean, Quid is doing really well in the 1v1. I do think it's a pretty difficult one for Aurora, and Quid is obviously very strong. TP coming in.
Yeah, Core JJ sidestepping the Tempered Fate, keeping it alive for now, but Dark Wings has arrived. Core taking a ton of burst here, barely walks away, but the Between Worlds takes him out.
It looks like, so he charges in, and instead of autoing, he casts the ult, and then the Varus was too far out of range. So the Q expires later. He still had it. He charged in and then immediately casted ult.
That's a couple mechanical misplays from Jose, which is pretty rare. He's been so on point this season. The W flash that missed in mid lane, flashing in and going for the ult before the Q, so then Varus gets out of range in top lane. So that's a couple little things that could have gotten them some kills potentially, but TL is still doing pretty well, up 700 gold. But Sentinels took what looked like, we were joking about it, because it looked like the game is completely over in the first couple minutes. Sentinels has 2 dragons and is only down 500 gold, so honestly doing a great job.
All right, Jose and Quid looking to make the move onto Darkwings here. The Aurora nearly completely out of mana, but he does have Hambach nearby to protect him. Team Liquid still going to acquire the first turret for themselves, though, knocking down the tier 1 in bottom lane.
I just bring a match and back.
Rift Herald now on the map here too. 15 minutes and just about 30 seconds on the clock, and you can see Huhi prowling around in the top side jungle, trying to maintain control over this area, making sure that if they can't control it entirely themselves,
they get Dragon for free.
Okay, we've got a new addendum for Jose. He still doesn't get it, but he only got 2 auto attacks off anyway, so he was just exhaust slowed, so he couldn't get in range. So just couldn't get the last one.
Fair enough.
Exhaust slow is good enough.
Team Liquid is going to go ahead and start up the Herald for themselves. Huhi and Hambach hanging around. The Trundle not anywhere close to hitting level 11 here just yet, as Impact gets rooted up by Quid. Morgan tosses in a boulder. The Ignite down onto the Varus, and Quid picks up an easy one there. This is a rough game for Impact, and the tier 1 turret is about to fall at the same time. Jose's taking the Herald at the same time. this is a bad time for Sentinels.
I mean, this is the game that every top laner is going to be linking
feel like
to their,
they're
to
only
their
focusing
teammates
on
when they are
Varus
playing against a ranged
on
top
killing
laner. They're
Varus.
like, hey guys,
Just
this is how
him.
you do it. Because when you're playing against Varus in an isolated 1v1, you really can't do much in a lot of matchups. It's very hard to win, even if you have a gold advantage. As we saw Morgan get solo killed in a 1v2, even when Impact was behind. But they are punishing him, and Huhi in trouble.
Yeah, Huhi forced to use the flash there. He was barding a little too hard.
I mean, he's been working overtime this game. I mean, he's been trying his hardest, trying to create plays to get them to, back into the game. And he's the only one still with a gold lead after it because of that and grabbing a couple of the last hits. But it's really, really hard at this point with the map so overwhelmingly in Team Liquid's favor. He also has all of their outer towers. And you have lost both side lane towers. So you just have so much less room to work with. And since Varus, you never get safer later. You have no flash right now for Impact, and being down so much gold, he's trying to push out, and then he hovers him a little bit, but still there's not a lot of safety on the map for Sentinels, so they're going to try and create something mid instead.
Feels like stronger.
Fires off the Tempered Fate, but Yon just sidesteps it, confident there. Quid finally shows up here.
Positioning
Ezreal.
Ezreal.
Half HP, all that's left there on the Caitlyn. I also always keep my eye out for Battle Heralds in these bottom side river fights in the second half of the 10-minute to 20-minute era. So let's see if that's what we get or if they're just going to use it here. As we do have, oh no, it's another potential kill. Huhi tries to get away, but no, Morgan picks that one up. Team Liquid, they might be down in kills, but they're up over 3,000 gold. The Herald's going to guarantee they take out the final tier 1 turret. Jose fishes for a little bit more, but no wind becomes lightning on that one. But it's Team Liquid controlling the enemy jungle yet again.
Yeah, I mean, we checked in on it, and last time I mentioned it, it was like 600, 700, 500. It was kind of bouncing around that range. Now it's 3.6k, and TL are just playing the map really, really well. They're constantly pushing out side lanes, which is always their first step. They're forcing Sentinels to respond to those side lanes, and then they're either catching people in transition or overloading one side and getting picks. They're just playing the map so well.
Yeah, if we come back to this last pick that they went for, with a lot of priority on side lanes and being able to push these early and having the towers down, there's a lot of fog of war for Quid to hide in and look for people in transition between objectives. Plus, again, with the team comps, you don't have an easy way to punish LeBlanc when she goes into poke people. So Quid now with 2 items, 5 stacks on his Dark Seal. Even though all the camping and all the focus, was towards the top lane and getting Morgan ahead, and him being a very powerful split pusher and being able to teamfight is critical. You also really have to worry about the other solo laner here, the LeBlanc. Has a lot of free room to play with, I feel like, in this game. And he's added the Proto Belt for even more mobility to get more angles at trying to harass either of these AD.
More mobility and more damage, just adding that extra little bit on top of your burst combo. Morgan hops out of the Tempered Fate there. Nice reaction to avoid getting potentially caught by Huhi's Bard. 10 seconds until our next Drake spawns. Sentinels has controlled both of them so far, but now they unfortunately find themselves in a position where, once again, just like game number 1, you don't want to take a fair fight in open ground.
No, you really don't. I mean, Huhi has been playing a really good game. He's been kind of everywhere. He's involved in every one but one of their kills. But it's so hard to hit these Tempered Fates. Everyone has mobility. Everyone has dashes. You could maybe hit a Karma or something, but fully standing on a Karma is not going to win you a fight when everyone's around. And Ezreal can shift. LeBlanc has double distort. Gnar can hop.
Okay, Rahel again just under pressure here in the mid lane. Chunk down to about 1/4. Impact hanging around on the side. Meanwhile, Jose Diodo has worked his way into the fight. Darkwing's going to come try to join here with a TP. As Sentinels, they can't get Impact out right when it looks like he might have got away. The True Shot Barrage finishes him off. It is a 1-5 game for Impact on the top lane.
This is like a ranked game. This doesn't look like a pro game at all.
Hambach steps forward. Jose Diodo a little bit too far up. He just positions way too aggressively. And now Sentinels wants to find a little bit more. Between Worlds, drops from Darkwing. Yon about to die, and the kill comes through for Huhi as Team Liquid finally gets punished.
Yeah, I mean, they punish mid. They're losing their side lanes, but you have to, make a play somewhere. And that is a very good pillar from Hambach. Again, the Trundle pick into the Xin pick. it goes twofold if you can. Wait a second, going side lane now. Morgan is fed, but he's going to have to deal with 4 members of Sentinels.
Yeah, here comes the TP just to guarantee it. Rahel and Hui cutting off the escape. Morgan reverts into Mininar. They want to make sure they give this kill to Rahel if they can. And Morgan had just used his teleport to get into that position, so another great punish from Sentinels.
Sentinels always have really good mental. You know, even when they are losing in the early game, we've had comms listen in from Hui. Hey, it doesn't matter. Still look for the team fight, and they're fighting their way back into it. They just chopped off 2,000 gold from the gold lead that TL had by making a pick mid, then just rotating over to the side lane, picking off the super fed Gnar as well. Really nice stuff here to remain tenacious and still trying to fight their way back in.
Yeah, and it's going to come down, I feel like, to, you know, can TL just continue spreading the map, finding these picks? Because Sentinels does have a pretty powerful 5v5. You know, yes, there is a lot of burst. Yes, there's a lot of poke on the TL side. But there's tons of consistent damage on Sentinels' team with this double AD carry. If you don't actually, you know, get a kill early or chunk them out early, Rahel is getting strong. Impact is still going to do a lot of damage here on the Varus, despite the fact that he has been put down quite a lot. So you do have to be careful about how you play it out in these 5v5s.
Yeah, Caitlyn with the Hex Optics plus Infinity Edge Power Spike is nothing to scoff at. If they try to go for Rahel and can't take him down in time, he'll be able to fire back very effectively.
Kayaknya Varusnya sengaja deh kayak, ayo bunuh aku,
Forces Hambok back here a little bit with the boomerang as Jan and Core push up mid. They've got Jose and Quid waiting off in the wings just in case Sentinels tries to make a collapse play on the TL bot lane duo. The Tier 2 turret is standing still for Sentinels, but not by much.
Yeah, we'll see how much longer they can defend that. 2 minutes until this next dragon. Jose could be in trouble.
Yeah, Jose caught by the pillar, uses the ulti defensively to knock the Trundle back away from him. Jose is going to be just fine on this one. Remember that in game number 1, TL was on the Nexus right now. So Sentinels putting up a much better fight here in the second one. Team Liquid's mid laner now in some danger. Quid! Just another blunder. I feel like this mid game for TL has had so many sloppy mistakes from a lot of different players.
I completely agree. I mean, left and right, they're kind of getting caught. And, you know, insult to injury, you're at 1 HP and you're flashing and you're going to die anyway. So Quid wastes the flash, gets picked. I mean, Morgan got killed on top side, you know, after kind of an overstay, after a pick where Jose stepped into the tower range in mid lane. Yeah. It has been a series of bad plays here for TL. And yes, they do still have a slight gold lead, but Sentinels is up a dragon and is getting a lot of kills. I mean, they are up 5 kills here, and that's not everything, but it's showing the TL getting picked a lot.
And Kobe, you said it earlier, that gold lead evaporated by over 2,000. Remember, the TL was just about 3.5K up. They're barely 1,000 ahead, not even 1,000 ahead anymore. This could still very easily go Sentinel's way. Yes, Morgan is still very far ahead of Impact. TL has focused his top lane Varus a lot, but jungle and both bot lane roles are ahead on the Sentinel side.
Yeah, I mean, Goldcraft tells the story here. A couple of mountains there and some comeback points for Sentinels. Let's see if we can focus on the next dragon. It's under 50 seconds already, so can start to get over there, get your vision set up. If you get the vision set up early, then all of a sudden Bard picks or
LeBlanc automatically turns invisible and then someone's
the early setup is going to have a huge advantage since we've seen a lot of picks recently, and looks like it is going to be Sentinels there first. So TL will have to be checking into Sentinels territory.
Okay, Quid's going to rush towards the brush here. Morgan already in this bottom side river.
Flank from Aurora, possibly. He was pushing on bottom side, though, so TL should know there's an Aurora somewhere on the bottom side of the map.
Look at all the emphasis on move speed here for Sentinels. They have Trailblazer on Hui, they have Deadman's on the Trundle. They know there's not really any hard engage for TL, so it's about, you know, being able to engage, disengage, kite out.
Yep, I love the Deadman's on Trundle. I feel like this adds so much effective power to the champion. Quid hanging around the backside of the Dragon Pit here, looking for his opportunity. Maybe jump in, find some poke, but Tribrush is not going to have any targets for that LeBlanc as the rest of TL controls the top side of the river, the entrance towards mid lane. Jose Otto going to go ahead, start the Drake up now. Morgan has most of his Narbar charged, and you know Team Liquid will be looking to fight with that once it's ready to go. Chains of Corruption flies wide. That's a pretty important ulti to miss, so TL is going to take control over the Drake. Sentinels will walk away without a fight.
Swing and a miss there. They try to make a little pick. They're like, well, they're probably split right now. Some on Dragon. We could maybe go for the Gnar, but once that misses, as you say, they don't have a lot to work with. So back off, definitely give this one over while TL are positioned well. And that's just going to bring us to, you know, 2-2 on Dragons. here at Flowers. So we'll see how much TL can get done from here forward, having given up a decent amount of their lead.
And I think one of the interesting parts about this game is just how low engaged both compositions are, right? Like sometimes you'll see one team not have a whole lot of go buttons, but this time around, it's like, okay, so your main engage on the TL side is Morgan jumping in with the Gnar. On the Sentinel side, yeah, you've got Tempered Fate, but again, every time he fires it, you just get this, where whoever's the target hops out.
Yeah, I mean, on the other side, obviously, you're hoping on the Bard, you're hoping on Chains of Corruption, but it's very low engage, and that does mean it's so much down to how you're actually executing with that engage. If you mess up, you can get punished very, very heavily here in Quid, setting up on the side.
Yeah, the tier 2 turret falls immediately. Hambach takes a chunk of damage. Rahel, ooh, that powered up Mystic Shot stings.
Yeah, the poke damage, again, we keep coming back to this, but the
LeBlanc
poke from the
agresif
LeBlanc and the
banget
poke from the Ezreal. Because there's not a lot of good, easy ways to punish it, he's going to leave a lasting effect. That's just another tower, though. Doesn't completely break it here for Sentinels. They still have some more chances at making picks of their own. Huhi right back out onto the map, trying to clear some vision, make some pockets of vision to work with.
No.
Again, just a couple of skill shots flying back and forth, but no ways to engage.
Wait for the
Huhi
others.
takes a chunk of damage. Ace in the hole blocked by Hosvioto as it was aimed at Yon. Sentinels falling back now, but keep your eyes on the right side of the fight as Morgan jumps in with a Mega Gnar, but he doesn't get anything that he wants. Firing back now from the Sentinel side.
Aku kalau jadi SEN, aku kaget.
But Impact is about to die first. Sentinels trying to get themselves away as Jose barely lives thanks to the ulti. Both sides taking a beating, but neither one loses a man.
Ooh, they don't lose any lives, but flash on Aurora, flash on the Caitlyn, flash on the Varus, all used right there. So now all these Sentinels carries are going to be very conservative with their movement. 3 flashes all linked up, all down, though if they can find a pick, they can't quite take out any of the members of TL in the aftermath. But those things, you're taking that down. Those are 5-minute timers. Dragon's only 2.5 minutes here.
Yep, and Morgan has spent his flash actually getting that. So now you're going into a fight where Morgan has flash, Quid has flash, Jose has flash. Oh, and Huhi has a quick trip back to the base.
Sakit amat betul ditembak pecah palanya.
He's got his flash.
Gnar push people.
Push into wall. If he would have flashed away after LeBlanc already jumped on him, I would have rage quit on that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Baron has no flash.
I think it was only one.
Yep, your Fed Bard is no longer in the picture. Darkwing's going to find himself getting caught by Quid here. Chains of Corruption does proc. True Shot Barrage flies out, but Darkwings has a nice sidestep, but Sentinels can't do anything about this. Team Liquid's going to go ahead and secure themselves the Baron. Sentinels will try to get something elsewhere in the meantime. They've got Impact in the bottom lane tier 2, but Hambach and Rahel pushing the mid lane tier 2 now in some danger. Morgan just gets headshot, and that's a problem. Well fought from Sentinels as Rahel and Hambach get themselves away. They regroup with Impact, and they punch TL in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, Rahel is really strong right now. He already has his LDR done, so he's on 3 items. He has the C44 Hex Optics. He has his IE and the LDR. That's about as high damage as you're going to get of a build. You walk in there pretty confidently as Morgan. You get Trundle ulted. All of a sudden, you are paper for this play. But here is that initial pick that was a little bit back.
So this is how they start the fight out. You know, some poke traded, and it's really about this teleport on the other side. Morgan here in the fog of war, boom, goes over. Look at all these flashes that are used by the carries of Sentinels as they disengage. Of course, Jose here pops the ultimate once he gets really low to avoid any further damage right there. And the Trundle ult was on him. So the ticks of Trundle ultimate.
I think that to me has to be a reaction to Morgan getting one shot, not to that fight. So I think that's a reaction to a different play would be my guess. I could be wrong, but that's what that seemed like because they seem mind blown at how fast Morgan died, which
that was big damage.
Varus is useless now.
Oh no, producer said it was to that.
Varus
that
is
play,
just a baiter now.
I'm not sure why he was so mind blown by that.
I think they wanted more out of it. Maybe they thought, oh, with this flank, maybe they'll get a lot. I mean, we'll have to look at the we have to look at it and review it again to see.
There's still hope. There's still hope.
Sentinels is in the gold lead themselves, even though Team Liquid has the Baron, and now Quid may just die. Has to distort backwards to get away over the trap line. Meanwhile, the entire time you've got Darkwing split pushing in the top lane, looking to take it tier 2.
Mereka tuh apa ya? Kecicilnya tuh cepet banget.
Yeah, I mean that is the Chains of Corruption landing and the amount of damage they can put out. TL will move themselves to Soul Point here, though, and Cloud Soul would be very powerful in a game like this with such little
Kayak
hard CC
langsung pada
available.
sekarat gitu loh,
But
TLAW
Sentinels is at a
langsung
point
dibuat
where,
sekarat
you know,
semua.
Trundle can just ult whoever walks in, and your double AD carries hit that person will get shredded. Of course, you have the Crescent Guard to try to keep yourself safe,
feels
but
like
that only lasts so
Sentinel
long. And Rahel
champions
now
are
has the Rapid
unreachable.
Fire. Darkwing's just completed the death cap. They are getting very strong on the Sentinel side.
Yeah. Caitlyn crits 100% of the time now. Like, this champion cannot be ignored, cannot be disrespected.
Also
Rahel
bad
has the ability to
positioning,
carry
I guess.
here, and I just got to go back again to
Warnya harus
so long ago. Hold
benar
on,
ya.
Zuhi.
Anjir
About
sakit itu.
3/4 of his HP
Leblanc.
there. When Team Liquid was
Where's
3,500 gold
Gnar?
ahead
Gnar
15
is
minutes
pushing
ago,
top,
and it
though.
was just blunder into blunder into blunder. Just felt like they were playing disrespectfully. Felt like they weren't really locked in.
Yeah, they better war together. Like
and clearly
5 of
they had
them.
not.
And you can't do
But
that
Gnar is
against
pushing
Sentinels.
on top
Again, this
right
team,
now.
I feel like they're always, you know, still in the game
Oh,
until
no.
you destroy
Okay,
their
he's
nexus. They're
going
always
back.
looking to stay controlled.
He's going
Always
back.
looking for just one more team fight. You know, just one angle to get back in. And they have so many veteran players on the
get
team. Lots of
united.
these players, you know, have been in
Bersatu,
losing scenarios
bersatu.
before. So until you finish them off, you can't get lax, and you can't give them any windows because they will look to punish. They'll punish you for it and find gold here. And now they've got lots of damage because of it.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I mean, we had that play. We showed it a number of times. This is from a previous series where Huhi had this calm that we were replaying where he's saying, hey, like they were way down this game. He's like, this
No
game
Kaelin
is
on
just
4
one fight.
items
You
is
just
a
need
very,
7,000
very
gold.
dangerous.
And they were down
She can
7,000
deal
gold and they
up
won that
to
game. So,
1k
you know, they
damage
definitely
with
are a
one
team that
out
keeps
of
their
them.
eye on the prize. They are not going to just
Yeah,
hold
that's
up
what
and
I'm
die
scared
if you
about
do get an early
too.
lead.
Fight.
Okay, Sentinels still playing defensively, still playing respectfully.
How are they gonna
playing with a
engage?
1,000 gold lead
Are
now.
they gonna
And 3 minutes is that
drain
Dragon
them
Soul that you were
HP?
talking about, Azael. I feel like that is going to be a very big deal if Team Liquid can secure it. Tempered Fate from Huhi there once again, just going to be dashed out by Quid. So Sentinels still can't find a whole lot of picks, but Yawn just eats a lot of damage there from Rahel.
And that's going to be the heal forced on Core JJ, so they do
Knowing
get
that
out.
Kaelin can
These carries are strong. Impact obviously still down a ton of
drain,
gold.
HP,
we saw how
but
fast Morgan can die.
quite
And it
long
is scary
range.
when you are running in as that
Then
Gnar.
Ezreal?
You do not have a lot of safety. If you do not nail that engage,
scary.
you're going to get burst down very, very
Randonya
quickly by
nempel
this
mulu.
comp.
Impact might be behind, but he's got his Hex Plate plus his Dusk and
Come
Dawn,
back,
and he's got Seeker's
Trundle.
Arm Guard. They have been dogpiling Impact this game, and now he has the anti-dogpile
Scary.
item. This might be the bamboozle Sentinels needs.
And honestly, it's very good for Sentinels if anything does get used on him. Because Rahel here is the one that's really the AD carry and is really going to carry the 4 items with having the rapid fire as quick as
Gnar, they need
Quick
you.
jumps in, but he really doesn't get a whole lot out of it. True Shot Barrage also arrives late to the scene, so Yawn won't be able to add any additional damage on top.
We need
Trundle
Gnar to
ultimate
war.
used here to keep track of him as well. The cooldown's not super duper long, you know, this late into the game though, since he's got 3
Ezreal
ranks
has
into
long
it,
range,
so
but his damage falls
probably
off
won't be
late
any
game
fight before
compared
that
to
thing does
critical
come back up.
auto-attack ADCs.
Should be fine.
Yeah, Baron's in 30,
Ah.
Dragon in 130 here.
Naruhodo.
And TL, you know, is going to be looking for that 4 Cloud Dragon Soul, which is a ton of move speed here. Especially since they would have all 4 of the clouds to get it.
And I feel like it's so hard to actually kill Hambach for TL now. He's got Spirit Visage. He's going to heal so much from the ulti. He's level 16 now, so he's got the final level of the Subjugate. The only heal cut on the enemy team, unless I'm just missing something, and I don't think I am, is Quid's Ignite. And you don't want to use Ignite on Trundle. Quid needs to find those squishy targets, unleash the full burst, try to get one of those one-shots. I feel like Hambach's in a really good spot, even though the
best part about
jungle gold
Ezreal
is
is
pretty
how
much dead
safe he
even.
is.
He can
It's
do a lot
hard
here.
to get him.
You can. They have a lot of scaling power, a lot of consistent damage, and Morgan
The
might be caught.
Yeah, he's got most of his Gnar bars, so he should be able to at least fight back a little bit here, try to get away. Chains of Corruption again, just not finding the target, so Morgan escapes.
Movement from Morgan here. So many dodges. Gets away from 2 members. Nicely done. Didn't have to use his flash or anything.
25 seconds left until the Dragon, and Quid
Gnar
just
trying to
lost his
distract,
passive, got shot down to
the
1/3 HP, has
two
to take
of
a
them
recall
here
now.
at the
Hambach is
bottom.
around the corner, he interrupts him. Hambach
Oh,
gets
no.
a chunk. Quid is down to 10% health now. 15 seconds until the Drake spawns. Tempered Fate, again, not going to find a target, though.
Yeah, they're going to lose positioning, and you can see that double soul laners from Sentinel stayed bot, pushing that in. They're going to be able to take the mid tier 2. They take the bot tier 2, and Quid is still not back in base.
Yeah, he's taking these greedy recalls instead of stepping a little bit further back, and now that's twice that Hambach has been able to interrupt him. Quid is only just now regenerating that HP, and it's total control over the bot side river for Sentinels.
And TL are sitting on a ward over there. So he's going to go harass them while they get Dragon number 3. A banger. This one has turned into quite the banger.
This is what I wanted.
I hate
this
to
is what
say
I wanted
this,
series
but
to be. This is the match of the week.
On our tilt proof for impact and shot calling for Huhi.
Yep, I agree with that.
Those are my honors this game, and then like big damage for Rahel. That's a new honor. I'm putting it in the game.
Right clicking.
Just a muscle emoji. Yeah,
big damage.
Possibility. SEN has a higher possibility to win.
He's got the BF sorted inventory.
Hey, Kubo, I have to pretend like I'm doing something at work. So I cannot really watch the stream, but keep up the good work, Smanga.
More capable
Smanga.
as Huhi.
Smanga, you miss Smanga.
Quid waiting on him, but Quid
I
has
have
to
to
get
pretend
And
like
the
I'm
damage
doing
output
something
just
at
got
work.
bigger. He got a full Bloodthirster here for Rahel, so he's gonna have a shield.
Why don't
on
you just
top of it.
pretend you're doing
And
something at
critically,
work
the
by
poke
watching
starts mattering
me?
a lot
Like,
less once you have that BP,
analyze the
right?
game with
and really,
me.
TL is pretty dependent upon LeBlanc and Ezreal
It is
poking people
something as
down
well,
before the
you know?
fight. I don't think fights where you just go in with both teams at full health are
you
going
too,
to look good for
Samanga.
TL unless you get, you know, a 3-man Gnar ult into the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you're just running straight at them when they're full, it's going to be so hard. The consistent damage is just so high now.
Okay, Quid goes in for the burst on Darkwings, chunks a third of his HP away, but Darkwings isn't in any lethal danger. And this Aurora, we've been talking so much about Rahel's damage, but Darkwings has death cap now, right? Like, this Aurora is not something that can also be ignored. I feel like Sentinels have really done such a good job fighting back after TL made those early mid-game mistakes. And I'm really excited for 3.5 minutes from now when we get the guaranteed Dragon Soul fight, because I feel like that's the full send moment.
Completely agree. It's going to be such an important fight. And often this late in the game, I mean, we're almost 40 minutes in, right? So sometimes you have a fight and it just gets one-sided and then the soul doesn't even matter because the game's going to end. Because if you get wiped 40 minutes in, they can just walk it down and kill your Nexus. So if it is a one-sided fight, that could absolutely decide the game right there. And it would be a bit of a tilter for TL to lose a game like this that had
100%.
such an incredible start on.
It felt like this game was completely locked in for TL until those mistakes, and now they're having to fight tooth and nail just to make sure they can try to stay here with Sentinels. As Jose Diodo going to get caught by the pillar, takes a little bit of burst damage. Jose Diodo jumps back in, going after Rahel, who sidesteps the true-shot barrage, keeps himself at about half HP for now.
Actually, very good result.
Yeah, give him pressure, TLAW. Give him some pressure.
He does spend his flash, and he gets Rahel's
Why?
flash.
Yeah, now Rahel's in danger. Quid goes in. He fires back. They can't get the kill on the Caitlyn, and now Team Liquid's going in, looking for the 4v3. They want the pick on the Darkwings, and they find it. Morgan's got the kill. Team Liquid wants to get even more. Morgan follows Huhi and Hambach through the magical journey. The rest of TL seeing what they can accomplish here. Sentinel's still hanging around the area, but it's 50 seconds until Darkwings respawns.
That is a long time with him dead. I mean, Rahel played that very well, just getting so many autos down to heal back up.
Okay, Hambach now making sure that he doesn't get caught. Yon does so much damage here. So Sentinels falling back. Still 2 minutes on the clock until that dragon spawns, so it's not like they can try to take that.
It's so hard to reach.
Yeah, they're going to begin it. I don't think Sentinels have anything they can actually do about it. It's so hard for them with no Aurora. They would just be marching into their death, so they're going to give it up.
TLAW got Baron, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice.
He's going to have control on the map, and that's going to give them much better positioning around this soul.
Tapi
In
bagus
130,
lah, Caitlyn
all the
tadi.
waves are going to be pushing in their direction. And this fight that started out with looking like it was Rahel that's in trouble ends with Darkwings dying. And Sentinels end up having to make the tough call to give that Baron. That being said, at least they pushed out some waves, so it's not like a wave is at their base with that Baron up. And
I wonder if
they do have, these double AD carries. They can try their best to clear out these waves.
One shot,
Man.
Caitlyn.
Oh, I was just going to say, you can see the last item now
She's
being
a
built in
burst.
Rahel's inventory.
LeBlanc is a burst
to build into the ball of
mage,
Malmorius. He knows Quid is looking for him, and as long
there
as he
any
doesn't die to
possibility
LeBlanc,
that
he can turn around and three-shot Quid.
LeBlanc
he
can
knows
just
the whole TL
one
team
shot
is looking for him.
Caitlyn.
Jose included. I thought
LeBlanc
he played
managed
that really
to
well.
hit everything. Kate is just gone.
Is trying to escape, but it's Sentinels who have found their way into the enemy jungle. Morgan eating a ton of damage here as Impact gets a chance for a little bit of revenge. Morgan is caught. Morgan is dropped. Team Liquid trying to get something back, but they can't quite find it. Hose of the Odo bound to the wall. There with the magical binding. That is such a big pick. It is 55 seconds on Morgan's death timer, 25 seconds on the Dragon Soul. Team Liquid with Baron marching down mid, trying to pull Sentinels away.
Yeah, they're spam pinging towards that middle inhibitor tower, but Sentinels are back here now, and TL have to be careful. They're still down a man.
Sentinels maintaining that position towards the bottom side river. 10 seconds until the Dragon Soul. Darkwing's hopping away. Huhi firing back with the Cosmic Binding. Doesn't find a whole lot.
Oh my god, Tilo gotta be so careful.
As Team Liquid are going to continue their push down mid. They know that they can't fight a man down into preset Caitlyn traps. So Cloud Soul is going to go the way of Sentinels. But their mid lane inhibitor turret will fall as the price.
Yeah.
Okay, base open, but so much extra move speed. And they can utilize it really effectively too with the range and the damage output that they have. Nobody is tanky at all, especially when Trundle is there. Like they caught Morgan on the bot side, Trundle ult on him, boom, he's just as squishy as anybody else. It's all about making these very quick plays, and you can tell the tension rising so high. Golden Glue is deep in his jacket now.
I have
to say, I keep coming back to that clutch play.
Mr. J, go study or
wait a second, though. We're gonna have another clutch play.
Is this the clutch? Huhi tries to escape. Quid's got him ignited. Huhi's still alive for now thanks to the Caretaker's Shrine, but no, he falls. Quid with the pick.
That is a big pick there. Impact, though, so much move speed, able to walk it out thanks to the Cloud Soul. He just popped his ult, got that burst of move speed, is able to get out of there. Darkwings is pushing on that top side, but TL might just try to force the issue.
Yeah, TL is saying we're the ones who get to demand an answer. We're the ones who found the pick. Darkwings still only just now pushing past the river, trying to get that wave shoved up. Gonna go ahead and take his recall.
No, if they can just, if Quid can just one shot.
Takes a massive hit from Rahel. That was one auto?
Kill the Caitlyn.
BT shield.
They'll be done.
Nasty work. This Caitlyn
Sen will be done.
Causing some problems as Darkwings. Got to be a little bit respectful of Quid here as the LeBlanc jumps in over the wall. Mid lane inhibitor now taken down. Team Liquid got that one. They're trying to have multiple points of pressure here with Morgan in the bottom lane.
That's why you have to pay attention to where LeBlanc is. He can delete you very fast if you are not.
It's so tense right now. This is incredible.
I don't want to be the lead.
The time to death when someone gets picked, it's like 0.03 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, you saw Yon's health there. If Rahel does that auto attack on Karma, on LeBlanc, on Ezreal, and anyone else hits them, they just die.
Yeah.
One auto and something else from Darkwings, you're dead from full instantly.
Lore accurate Caitlyn. That is a high caliber rifle. She is not
Lore accurate Caitlyn.
Sentinels in the enemy jungle yet again. Remember, this is where they found that last pick onto Morgan.
So
TL knows it. They've got to be respectful. Slowly moving forward, trying to take out some of the vision. Wind becomes lightning to check the brush, and Sentinels will now back away.
And meanwhile, on the other side, to lead up to that siege, we had Quid 100-0ing Huhi there and using the Ignite and getting the entirety of the kill without other people adding damage even.
If Sen gets Elder, then it's
eggshells, both teams.
I hope it's TLAW.
Who's going to get the
next
pick?
I hope TLAW got the Elder.
1 minute and 40 seconds until Baron. 3 minutes and 15 until the Elder Dragon. I actually think if Sentinels gets Elder Dragon, Quid just can one auto and kill somebody.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance.
Like if you get a headshot crit on like JJ, I'm pretty sure you just kill him in one auto with an Elder, but we'll see. Team Liquid backing away from now. Hamba? Nope, not going to be able to trap anybody with that pillar. Quid can just distort away from it yet again.
The Bard is at 670.
Oh no, Impact! He gets caught! Jose Diodo jumps in! Impact about to die, he's sidestepping with a True Shot Barrage, buys himself a little bit of time here with his Zanya's Hourglass gone this time for Mystic Shot. Impact staying alive for now, but Morgan finally finishes the job! Now Darkwings has to try to get away, but he's at death's door. Team Liquid, they find the pick they're looking for, they get Impact, but what more can they take now?
They're going to try to potentially just go down mid here. It is a long death timer, 50 seconds, and Impact will have no flash. Do they catch him?
Oh, if that catch would have landed, I think that's the end of the game guaranteed right there. Sentinels, though, has to defend. They still have the mid lane inhibitor down.
Guessing we can do anything with this?
2-0! 2-0!
Yeah, that's the question, and they're not feeling confident to end. And the Baron timing isn't great. Yes, it will be up before Impact is up, but he will be able to get over there pretty quick with all their move speed. So thankfully for Sentinels, not a game-ending play. Obviously, misstep there from
Probably
Impact
push
is
down
punished and won't
mid
have flash for the
since
next
they
one,
have a
but
massive
Quid
top
and
wave
Jose
already
both use their
shoving
flash as
and
well.
Yeah, in
and
order
then
to
they
get that
can
kill, so
rotate
you have
to
no
Baron
flash on
when
Impact
it
or
comes.
Darkwings. It's kind of mirrored here with
We'll
Jose
see.
and Quid both investing theirs. It was another
Come on,
good kind of
D-Lo.
pick from Jose, though, wrapping around the Raptor pit there to find Impact. And now at Baron, going to go for it again. Nice little ward from Sentinels in the Banana Brush. Does give them a lot of info to work with.
A lot of extra knowledge. Jan just lost 3/4 of his HP to an auto attack from Rahel. Darkwings chunks out Morgan in a nice pillar. Might just lock up the Gnar. Tempered Fate keeps him in place. And now Sentinels is trying to full commit. They take out the enemy top laner. And who even gets himself away? Rahel's on a rampage. Jan's on the run. Core JJ and the rest of Team Liquid have to try to get out of this one. Impact's revenge. He's swift. He finds Jan in the jungle. And now Sentinels can move up and take the Baron with their 5v3 status. And Jan is not even going to respawn until the Elder is already on the map.
Iya lagi. Bukan lagi.
Now with the Baron, they should be able to push in toward Fiel's base. I mean, all Teal can really do right now, you see, Jose's trying to take away blue buff a little
Anjir, ini
bit of enemy
it's
jungle,
freaking
but you
46
have to be so quick with
minutes,
these plays.
bro.
And it just was a little chunk of damage from Darkwings into a
Anjir,
pillar
sejam
that
ini, bro.
allows for the follow-up damage. Look at this, Darkwings hovering, goes invisible,
I think it will
Aurora,
end
sees
it
Morgan
in
in mini form, little
55.
chunk from him.
Yo,
Boom, we got the
Gnar.
headshot into pillar, into
Poor
Caitlyn
Gnar.
ultimate, into Bard ultimate, into trap. And so he's not going to be able to get out of that one. And who he survives there. Really good pick from Sentinels. Everybody has to be firing so quickly.
And now you have to make a difficult choice here as TL, as Quid could be in some trouble.
Yeah, Jose Diodo now found. Hambak and Huhi looking to lock up this Xin but there's no extra damage around 4 Sentinels. Tempered Fate, gonna keep both junglers rooted up. Jose Diodo is down as the Elder Dragon has already spawned. This is a freebie now for Sentinels.
Bard ults into Caitlyn traps. You're not getting out of there, man. That is just too easy. They get the kill. Jose down. No smite
they
for
got
TL.
free Elder.
And Sentinels.
No,
so
someone
much
steal that
hard work they have
Elder.
put into this 47
Goodbye.
and a half minute game.
This is
And they've
the
got both of
end.
the end game buffs at their disposal to end this game.
And
It's okay,
40
Tilo.
seconds still until Jose Diodo is back alive. Darkwings and Huhi getting things pushed up in the mid lane.
Let them
Meanwhile,
win.
Hambak, Impact, and Rahel
It's okay,
have the
you
bottom
can
wave
let them
ready
win,
to crash
Tilo.
into the turret alongside it. Team Liquid, still 25 seconds until Jose is back. Bottom lane inhibitor turret already destroyed. Inhibitor now the next target. Sentinels still have the Baron for another 90 seconds. That Elder Dragon is about to melt some health bars. Health bar, the first Nexus turret is going to drop before anything else, though. As
This
Jan
is
just about
the
to dive back into the fountain,
end.
but no, the execution is there. Impact goes on a killing spree. Sentinels is just
Dodo.
about to take the Nexus. They fought back hard. They punished Team Liquid's mistakes, and Sentinels takes game 2.
In one of the longest
Shit.
games of the split,
They all
we were
sweaty.
joking about this one seeming like it was
Or is it
over about
tournament?
5 minutes in.
Yeah.
But about 45 minutes later,
Nah.
Sentinels are the one
You're
knocking
player of
down
the
the
game,
TL
nah.
Nexus.
What a show. Sentinels fight back. The
Yeah, it's
tenacity of this
over.
team cannot be
Caitlynnya begitu,
understated.
Bang Ian.
Team
Bang
Liquid
Ian,
is gonna
kenapa
want
ya?
those mid-game mistakes back
tidak jadi
yesterday.
2-0.
My MVP for this one has
Ya,
got to be
Tilo
Huhi
kasih
on the
win.
board. He made so much happen, created so much space.
Gila,
Lounge,
1
walk
game
us through
50
it.
menit.
There's a lot to talk about here.
Emily's match of the week delivering.
Yeah,
It's
I feel
coming
vindicated.
true.
It's
Yeah.
my match of the week. So I am going to start. We're going to reel all the way back to 13
Apa nih?
minutes.
Bagaimana
And that's where I'm
analisisnya,
gonna start
Queen?
going over this kind of set play, because I feel like a lot of the time we talk about Sentinels responding to TL mistakes. However, this was a nice set play for them after basically Quid had pushed this lane out. TL had gotten a pick here much earlier. And Rahel and Huhi are pushing this down.
Losing
Now,
a game
what
virus
Huhi
up is
going to
something
do
else.
is after they get this wave in, he's going to roam up. He's going to place a few wards in TL's jungle, and this actually ends up being really important for setting up the next fight, because as we can see, this is what TL sees right now. Not much. I'm going to go back to all just because this particular ward that Huhi just placed on the backside is going to become very, very important. Let's speed it up a little bit. And so here you go. Core and Jose are going to walk over this ward. So during this
Listening
entire
to the
fight
coins
for vision
analyze.
that TL are trying to get in, Sentinels see them, and now we look at the TP coming in from Darkwings on the Aurora. So even though the Bard ult misses, Dark Wings is able to get Core JJ. And then they immediately turn on to the Drake, and this was their second Drake of the game. The reason why I think this is so important is because, again, TL did make a lot of mistakes, but I thought this was a really nice set play from Sentinels, playing off of their tempo, Huhi getting down vision, Raz is kicking me out to do...
Get out of here! A set play? In this game?
Good!
Who cares?
I liked it!
Look, we need to see some of the action, some of the hype, because the fact that we got to a stage like this, where Sentinels are fighting back, and hell yes, it's all about Rahel. Look how fed he is at this stage of the game. Like, I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter if you have 22,000 gold, right? But like in general, you are full build Caitlyn. And so,
it's time for free codes!
Because the chunks that he sees
free codes, who wants a free codes?
Is very important, and it's all about
who wants a free codes?
First of all, just hide this. Boom. Gets immediate
free
chunk
codes.
on Morgan. And so they just immediately headshot, Trundle Pillar, go straight on top of Bard ulti. I was a little bit concerned because as you can see, the beast is about to come out. But do they care? Do they even? No. He is so unbelievably fed that they can chase this through. And that's the concern here. And like, I will say, it got to this insane end game state where it's all about Rahel. And then early on, how you get to this point, yes, that set play that you're talking about, but let's get active. Huhi and Hambak immediately, and it's based off the vision that they have off Jose Diodo. I want to say they know that he's on this side of the map because he tries to go for this gank. He's like, you know what? I feasted on Impact a few times in this lane. 3 kills, we can go for more. Impact does flash early this time, thanks to Golden Glue's chagrin there. Maybe the energy went towards him. So it's like, wait a minute. Here comes Hambak. Here comes Bard. The good cop, bad cop energy comes straight through. They tag Jose Diodo early. They take him to the grave. And you think that's over, right? Because you see, Rahel, who's homeless here, can't really farm this wave up, but now that the wave is coming in, he needs access. Guess who's
another
gonna give
game
him
3.
access? Good cop, bad cop. Trundle's on the way, Bard's on the way, because Yon and Core JJ think they can bully Rahel coming back into the lane. That is not true. As they try, they're way too far behind the turret, and they immediately get chunked down. So,
kayaknya nggak bisa dua-dua deh, bro.
Even though Rahel got a whole chunk of that gold, it was the cop duo.
Dentist!
Support jungle synergy!
That ended up being able to drag them back into the jungle.
It's so important right now.
Yes.
48
you see it there.
minutes, though.
Oh my God.
Guys.
That is a sick gold
With the
graph.
up and down
that
gold
is an
graph,
LPL gold graph.
43,000 damage by
I got a
Rahel,
skin
who's
for Renekton.
3-0
Thank you,
on
Kobo.
Caitlyn
Yay!
in 2026. But you can see just such a long game with the damage taken stats from Impact dying over and over again. He has a ridiculous propensity to get slammed after leaving TL and still win the game.
Yeah.
I feel like this happens all the time.
This is a trend.
It happens all the time.
He's playing Varus like a tank. Damage taken, it's like he's still Scion.
Damage on kills as well ended up being Rahel favorite. So even though Yon did just as much damage as Rahel, only 4,000 of Yon's damage ended in kills, but Rahel and Huhi were the finishers, so to speak. So Rahel, 3-0 on Caitlyn. I want to get to player of the game.
We got.
We had a split vote
We got
on the desk. It ends up being Huhi with 4 for 6, with Raz and I going for Rahel.
A
Impressed by the
miscalculated.
late game damage.
Yeah.
Everyone else was a support appreciator.
Yeah.
For the last week's player of the week.
It's always the combination of like the two that set you up.
Whoa,
Huhi and Hambak.
Yeah.
And then when Rahel has the gold, he's gonna send you
Are the
home.
codes for?
So
No, actually,
I
the
fell
codes.
into
I
that
think the
trap there.
codes
I
is
did.
available for all servers.
Come on, chat. Top gas.
Because I can redeem it,
Right?
guys. I'm multi-server, by the
They
way.
think so.
All right.
I think so. They love
Can we
being
change
there.
that?
Siapa yang tadi vote Sen menang? Aku, kicau. Kamu jangan, lu nggak usah songong banget, baru menang satu kali.
Though, this is the way Sentinels is able to elevate themselves, because even if they lose early games, we know that they're crafty.
Kamu nggak usah berkicau-kicau dulu ya.
So many of their wins are with Rahel on Kaisa or Caitlyn, or Hambak just on Skarner.
True.
So Impact's the one who plays, I think, still the most champions of anybody else in the LCS. So we'll see. We'll see what he plays next game.
He's definitely still most fearless. He got it in split 1. He's going to get it for this entire series as he's playing.
Seriously.
I mean, it's crazy. It's actually insane. So my final thought is thank you, Emily, for the match of the week.
Yeah.
I doubted you, and I was wrong. I admit.
Thank you. That's big of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, before our last game of the day,
We'll
here's
go
some
get
more
out
Missing
in.
King featuring a player from our last game, Darkness.
Everyone's bigger than you, Emily.
I think in the previous match I support Sentinel.
I'm thinking Blitzcrank has his passive. I think that might work.
Oh,
I'm gonna try Blitzcrank for now. The jungle pet passive scales off like
In
HP
the
and, like,
previous
AD
tourney.
and AP. I could stack
Like,
Heartsteel
a
off
few
of,
weeks
some
ago.
dummies, maybe.
I was supporting Sentinel.
Just gonna run ult
So,
on
like,
minions for the HP.
Actually,
this was
I
so
don't know
slow.
which one. Which
When I'm
team
starting the
gonna win the
dragon, I
next
think I
game?
need to
The game
have a target dummy
3.
nearby. So when I hit
That's
it, it'll
already
aggro the
not-
dragon with like.
No,
wild
I
passive,
just
maybe?
decide. I
feel
just
like that
decided
should
like
work, but
yesterday.
If that doesn't work,
If they're a blue team,
gonna
I'll support
max
the blue
maybe
one.
one last round of Heartsteel, and then I'm gonna start. All right. Aggro
I
the
just
Scuttle Crab.
commit like last night, I guess. No,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
last night. I just commit to let's support the blue
Oh wait, I have
team.
Sunfire. What am I doing?
Ha he hoo.
Alright, and there it
Ha
is.
he ha. Honestly, I think Sentinel didn't have many good plays. It's just TLAW making very bad mistakes. Oh, aren't they? I don't know, it feels like they only focus killing on virus. They focus on ganking virus. Not Caitlyn. Caitlyn got fat. Caitlyn got fat so much that she really hurt.
이제 노플이야 이제 노플. 나 쭉 볼게 쭉 볼게. 갔어.
Go next game. Imagine the next game is also takes 15 minutes. Ah! 15 minutes of pooping out. Dang it. Break time. Go to toilet, guys. Go drink, take a drink, stay hydrated. I think I'm going to post a schedule right now. Now. Gonna support the schedule. 抱きしめてよそばにいて世界がふわっと赤スケジュールスケジュールschedule.
Welcome back, everybody. Quick reminder for you,
Welcome
tickets for the
back,
LCS Spring Finals
everybody.
at ASU's Mullet Arena from June 13th through 14th are still on sale. You can head over to Ticketmaster.com or scan the
I got
QR code
to go,
right now
but
to
hope
purchase your
Team Blue
tickets
Liquid
today. I
wins.
always love our road
Thank you,
shows. Hope
Baba.
to see y'all there.
No,
and I hope that our
Swally!
Game 3 lives up
Are
to
you
what
going to
Game 2
sleep?
just did.
Who's
Game
gonna
1
analyze
was
the game?
Stomperific. Just
With-
absolutely two boots standing on
with,
top of Sentinels,
4
just burying
rows,
them down like those old-timey
4 or
guys
5
that used to stomp
rows
them and
of
make grape juice,
sentence.
right? Like that was
I-
just real bad. And then
Okay,
Game 2 looked like it was
Swally.
going to be the same way
Hope you have
until
a good
TL
day.
blundered some choices in the
Bye.
mid-game and just
Okay,
gave it away.
Swally.
Sentinels got their opportunity to punish. They did. Nobody could engage. We scaled until 50 minutes, and Caitlyn one-shot people.
Strong mental for Sentinels. Never, ever give up. And I'm kind of with the fans as far as honor impact for tilt proof, okay? And that's why he got so many fan votes. Tilt proof right there. You can't shake this man. Gank him 20 times. Come again. Come to my lane.
Make it 21.
Yeah, come again. See what happens.
Yeah, see what happens.
You'll kill me, but then I'll win.
We'll win the game anyway.
In 40 minutes.
I've already got
I
5
post a
deaths. I don't care
schedule,
about
guys.
6.
I just
That's
post
more
a
fingers than I got on my hand. I
schedule.
can't count that high.
On
Can't
It's
go
the
Twitter.
same after 5.
Also, I didn't even give you that much money anymore. You know?
Yeah.
It's going
imagine
to
sending
wasting your time, dummy.
No, I don't think I will.
That's not a good move.
mention
All right, we're back into our draft for the final time here in this
other
series.
game here.
Team Liquid has elected
yeah,
to go
you
for
can
last
just see
pick,
yourself.
so Sentinels will play from the red side as their choice. TL is going to continue just first banning Skarner this entire time. They do not want to deal with that from Hambach. Orianna also banned away. Other side, Jason Nocturne taken out by Sen.
So,
Are the
assuming
codes-
that Varus
Are the
still
codes
gets
already
banned,
redeemed?
or he was already played top, so we don't have to ban him anymore. So
He's banned.
honestly,
He's gone.
I think it is just Yunara Lulu time then.
Oh, no.
Yunara Lulu is kind of
redeemed
godlike. We already
all?
have Ashe, Jin, Caitlyn, and
fast.
Ezreal.
I'd rather have Corki
and
Nami than
Varus
Yunara
all
Lulu.
out.
I mean,
You still like that as a lane? I mean, it is good for the individual, but like with the way that we just saw these 80 carries.
I'm a Yunara Lulu hater.
Dude,
I
hey,
think
same
yeah,
here.
there
Good to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
part of
Welcome
the
to the
club.
club. I mean, I think it can work, but I feel like you have to play your lane really well to not just get dunked. And I think, we've seen Berserker and Isles look good on it. We haven't seen a lot of other people look good on it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey, if you can get through that lane phase, if you can get even, you're going to take over in the fights. You can be really strong, but a lot of those lanes go bad.
Yeah, I mean, Lucian combos have been getting more popular too. Lucian Milio, or obviously you could still go Lucian Nami, even though she has a new partner with Corki.
Okay.
So you could just go Corkis and Lucians instead. Don't necessarily have to go hyper carry, but if you've got a nice beefy tank in front of you, that helps a good place to start out. Sion, whenever Trundle is already fearlessly banned out, feels really good just to slam as a blind, because honestly, I don't care. If you pick Renekton into it, sounds great to me. I'm going to be a big beefy front line for my team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Impact Blind the Renekton wants to take it away from Morgan, and it's kind of like the reverse roles from, I think, what a lot of people would characterize these players as, because a lot of people talk about Morgan as, oh, he's this amazing carry guy, he's a great laner, but it's Impact that has played Zehen, Varus, and now Renekton, and we've got Ornn, Gnar, and Sion, which is kind of like Mr. Weak side generally.
Bro.
And I feel like in North America, whenever I see Renekton versus Sion, Kobe, I am right there with you. Give me the Sion side of that every single time. I feel like it's pretty rare that we see the Renektons build up a meaningful enough lead to make up for the fact that you're against a dude who just eats free health, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Annie gonna also be locked in here on the Team Liquid side. Response from Sentinels. They'll pick Galio.
All right, tank up the Annie damage here, and
Yo, Chad, do you wanna be a Renekton too? You can redeem the free codes that I gave to you.
With it, Vi is definitely.
Wait, I have more codes. I have more codes.
It feels very Hambaki.
You guys wait there.
It's tied for most played
Where is
with
it?
Skarner. So
where is it?
Now it's gonna pass Skarner.
It's always interesting when players like excel on a couple champions and they feel wildly different. Skarner to me feels like such a different kind of style of champion than a Vi or that sort of thing. So it's always cool when players
Chill, bro.
can
Chill,
excel in multiple types.
Just gotta have the right vibes, man. All right, Team
Vibes.
Liquid. I didn't actually mean to do that.
Welcome back, freak.
No, I didn't.
That's enough. He's back.
I will give four free codes for
Team
you.
Liquid. All right, Jose Dioto, let's see what you got.
I actually love this into
Free.
obviously, having a go untargetable is very, very useful, but it just feels like you always have so much freedom. And when your mid laner is already Annie here, Jose, I think, is set up for success. I think the Neferi response to a Vi and a Galio looks real good.
Yeah, it does feel really, really nice. The question to me is, who is the Neferi going to be diving on? Because right now, there's
those last two picks right there.
Exactly, right? But those last two picks have the ability to go something that can answer, right? Because what I see from TL, you're showing Annie, you're showing Neferi. I feel like champions like Xayah could be pretty effective, where you are relatively safe, you can potentially absorb that dive. But the same can be said for the other side. So Xayah is going to get banned out because it feels like it's a great answer to honestly what both comps are drafting.
All right, no Zaya, no Nautilus in this one either. So Team Liquid's going to
I
get rid of
am
that
the
hard engage. We've already got more
dealer.
engage on both sides than we had in the last game, though.
I also think it's even more fearsome on the TL side because Yannick Orjay's Zaya and Rakan, holy, that induces fear. They have had a lot of success with those two. Mega hard carry on that combination, and they do ban out the Lulu, so the Yunar Lulu combo is broken.
Now I'm kind of thinking Kaisa really rising in priority because you can play alongside dive. If you can't play a safe AD
I'm gonna
carry
play
that can kind
Renekton
of
top
steal
after
back,
this with
you
my
can play
new
alongside
skin.
dive. So that makes me think
Very
about champions like potentially
motivational.
Sivir and Kaisa, you know, ways to either follow up on the dive or
Very
enable the
motivated.
dive. But I'll be interested to see where they
I
go.
love the spirit.
As, there are quite a few bot lane bans. Renata, another great ban. If you're going to play hard commit dive, Renata answers that so effectively.
Kobo making it ring with codes. Yes. Yo,
I'm kind of feeling that they
I got more codes if you want.
Angle, because that's another aggressive one and something that they are really good at. But
Kobo Indonesia love Poland. Yeah, we friend, best friend. Kobo Indonesia and Poland, best friend.
I am on board with Kaisa since
Thanks
Zaya's
for the
banned out,
codes.
which is usually.
Have you guys redeemed the code? I have more
People do
codes.
see. The Lucian combos we were talking about earlier gaining a lot of popularity. The Milio and the Nambi are both available, so
I think I like Milio more here. Honestly, it's probably going to depend on the bot lane matchup, but against Vi, Renekton, Galio, like you're going to have something to cleanse, whether it's the AoE taunt,
Vi,
you can AoE cleanse the
Renekton,
taunt.
Galio.
The Renekton stun, a lot of dive here. You can knock back the Renekton on the slice and dice and be able to actually really stop that with the Ultra Mega Fire Kick. So it is going to be Kaisa for one of them, so Rahel is going to be the one grabbing the Kaisa. Does feel pretty synergistic, but depending on what Huhi grabs, I mean, especially if Huhi's just like, okay, we want to play engage, I'll go Rakan or something along those lines, and we'll go full dive. I do think Milio goes pretty hard.
All right,
Thank you
Huhi,
for the
what's it going to
code,
be?
Kobo.
Our standout player, at least my standout player from game number 2
He's been
with the
great
bard.
this
Like
split.
he's just
Oh, it's the
Engaged. If he's
KDA.
engaged, it
It's the
usually goes
KDA
well for
girl.
them. He's a big shot caller. Rakan
Ain't
definitely
nobody
just
bringing
pile on
us.
the
fits the
engage.
bill.
Rakan,
And
Galio, and Vi.
Rakan.
It's a very quintessential
Yeah,
dive
Kaisa.
comp here.
Now the question is, do
Kaisa
you want to go
solves the
Nami and try to
magic
stomp the lane, or
damage.
do you want to go Milio and try to answer the composition? Because I feel like
She
compositionally
has a
Milio
magic
is better,
damage,
but I think
right?
in the 2v2, Nami is better, and your playing gets a very weak early 2v2. Kaisa, Rakan are trash.
Ooh,
Poppy is I actually like this really.
The combo breaker. There's so many dashes here.
Yeah, you can stop Renekton, you can
Cool.
stop Vi, you can stop Galio, you
Yo,
can stop
chat,
Rakan,
let's
you can
start a
stop
poll.
Kaisa ult.
Yeah.
Based on the draft pick,
mind.
who do you guys, which
You
team
could have.
do you guys?
Could have.
Could have been 5 for 5 on.
that could have been a thing.
Instead,
Wait,
I could
game
press E with
3.
Imperial Mandate.
Winner!
That's pretty powerful.
That's pretty cool too, right, guys?
I can electrocute you.
I still think it's
Say
crazy.
it's an
Terbang-terbang
electric
nih ya, Tilau.
Lucian's
I
one
would
of our
not. No, I would not.
Itu Galio tuh juga
Oh,
bikin
yeah.
terbang gak sih?
with a
Can be
canonical
built
wife,
AD and
and he
AP,
never
she's
lanes
a
with his
hybrid.
wife.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
He only lanes with a fish instead.
Yeah. And sometimes
Yeah,
he lanes with the guy who has his wife in the
Nami
lane.
is always a
Yeah,
classic.
that's honestly the most messed up thing. Is
Yeah.
Thresh is a better lane partner for
Poppy
him.
and
I mean,
Tess
stand up for
Sophia
yourself.
will
This guy has
brother,
your
come
one
Would
soul
have
in his
been
lantern,
great
and you're just hanging out with him?
against
Well,
Sentinel
at least
When's
he's
the
not.
last time you saw a Lucian thrash?
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
But that used to be the classic, right?
Uh,
That was a classic
We didn't
lane.
specify that you see it recently.
Yeah.
okay.
That was with the
Where's the trust?
Lucian level 2 power spike phase, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god. He's gonna get level 2 and he's gonna dash at you.
Oh no.
There's nothing you can do.
I think that's what this Lucian with a Nami on his back is going to do.
Holy. Let's talk about it. Level 2
Oh,
power
it's an
spike,
airy
baby.
Nami, not electric.
Okay.
Sense
Going for
draft
it,
is
Airy.
way
Little breezy
safer.
on there.
They have some great champions. Rakan and Kaisa can carry a lot.
Is
And
it?
Lucian Nami is a very good combo too.
Okay.
It's the last game of the day, you know?
Bye, Galio
Yeah,
Rakan.
whole series, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
Vi
video
was
here.
Galio
50
Rakan
minutes
and
long,
Galio too.
Zero engage.
They seem
Everybody has
scary.
7 items. So let's
I'm
have
kind of
fun with this
familiar
last
with
one of the
Vi
weekend here at the
and
LCS.
Rakan already, but
Team Liquid
I don't
versus
know
Sentinel.
Galio.
Team Liquid so far, oh boy,
What?
hold on, Darkwings.
Whoa, whoa,
losing
whoa,
half
whoa,
his
whoa,
HP
what just
already.
happened, bro?
Electrocute procs.
We just
Darkwings,
entered.
he flashes
Bro!
away and Nami's auto kills him in the air anyway.
We
That
just
is
entered the game, bro.
absolutely horrible for
Chill.
Darkwings.
Chill.
You know what? Still not as bad as the start of last game. They can come back from this.
Bro.
I mean,
What?
if you're saying just the level 1, though.
No, bet level 1 is worse.
Bro,
Overall, you know?
we just entered the game, bro.
The timestamp on the 55 seconds or
What
whatever.
just
I'm taking some
happened?
liberty with this.
Okay, can I choose vote to TLAW?
You have to have equal parts that you're judging against.
Nami is
Fair enough, you
cooking.
know.
Okay.
I mean, it could get worse.
Nami
but,
is a support,
I'm predicting
right?
that in the next 5 minutes, it
still
won't be
time,
as
buddy.
bad.
As far as the first, 50 seconds go, that's pretty dang bad.
This was kind of a
Is that
crazy
Nami who
walk-in,
stunned-
to
who
be
stunned
honest.
them?
We have Kaisa Rakan Galio. Like,
Is that
what are our level
Nami's
1 doing? I guess
kill?
they just didn't think that they would be stacked. That's the only explanation I have, is that they're saying, oh, your bot lane is going to be bot. We're going to walk in, maybe find Quid and get a chunk. That's the only explanation I really have, because, you know, a lot of times people are not stacking defensively anymore. So they get punished, pretty huge punish there.
Okay, so nice early start there for the Team Liquid side. Unfortunately, the kill did go to core JJ, so not exactly where you want it.
So I actually do want to kind of go
Ani's
over
done.
possible reasons for why they would do that, because to me, a lot of it revolves around the jungle matchup. Nefiri can invade Vi and is very good at it, can put a lot of pressure, and we've seen it happen several times actually. Contracts did it a lot. Back when Nefiri first came to prominence, and especially against Vi, you can really punish on like red buff invades and stuff like that. So it is theoretically very valuable to get early vision and track Nefiri and try and figure out the starts and stuff like that. So that's my guess, is it is for jungle matchup.
Yeah, makes sense. Also, just want to give a little shout out to Impact, who just won his 450th LCS game in the last game. Only 12 players have played that many games in LCS history. He has won that many games in LCS history.
And one of the other players that has played that many is Core JJ, who is now currently playing his 500th LCS game. Both of these guys have been in the LCS for so long. They are some of the most experienced players that we have here in the league. So kind of crazy that they're both hitting these milestones in this series.
I'm not yawning because it's boring, okay?
There you go.
I'm yawning because I'm a human.
We've got even more players that have played tons of games in here too. Hui's number is going to be way up there. It's probably not a nice even, number. So
sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I just feel like I need to put a disclaimer for every little thing I do.
Because he started out
I
on
feel like
Dignitas as an AD
when
carry.
I bling, I will get blamed too for blinking.
He goes to Korea, he wins the world championship.
You're a human. I'm a human, bro. Brain Shaman is a human. I'm immortal.
Clearly not struggling versus Impact's Renekton at all. Impact forced to flash away.
Bro, what do you think I am?
Against a Scion at
you think
level 4.
I'm a fantasy.
That is not ideal.
Catcher.
Morgan now trying to interrupt the recall there of Impact, and just look at all these minions getting eaten up by the turret. Luckily, the cannon is going to absorb most of the pressure, so Impact can get in there and pick most of these up himself. But this top lane is already looking like it's going to hurt.
Azael, I would like to extend our timing window past the 50 seconds. Up to 4 minutes here, and it's over 1,000 gold lead already.
Hey, but Impact hasn't died 5 times, has he?
Not yet. He has no flash. That is the first step.
Okay, no flash on the lizard.
Can
Scion punish it appropriately? He has Impact is making sure he keeps his teleports matched with Morgan this time. No waiting around.
Yep.
We've got that teleport parity.
Yep, just going right back. And
last time we were making jokes about how lopsided the early game was too.
No jokes on this guy.
Sentinels came back. Yeah. No jokes allowed.
I mean, that's not our fault. That's Team Liquid's fault. It was not fair in the early game. Then Team Liquid just walked into some turrets and stuff.
It's not us, it's them.
Yeah. It's never our fault. We're the jungler.
It's really bad.
Just like every League of Legends player thinks it's all of you. It's not us.
I'm watching the LCS
My
with
teammates.
other people.
They're the ones who are wrong. I did nothing wrong by blind picking Kaela and dying 6 times in this lane.
I saw one of the most self-aware reviews for League of Legends I've ever seen the other day, where a guy was like, after 9,000 hours in this game, I finally realized there are not 9 idiots in every game, but 10.
Solat number 1, LCS number.
That's good.
There you go.
Number 3. Number 2 is Kobo.
Sentinels was looking potentially for a play onto Morgan here, but a nice use of the ulti there from the Scion to make sure that the wave is cleared away and there's no chance for Sentinels to make anything happen.
Yep, and, Impact taking quite a bit of damage here, but does have the dominus, so it would be hard for Morgan to finish him off, and Impact going to be able to crash the wave. Did hear from the producers that he has 629 games played in LCS.
Scion is the champion that has
He has been around for a very long time, including some of my LCS highlights, thinking back to the CLG era, you know, him making a run with that team, playing that old version of ASOL and stuff was really cool.
You're going to get a bunch of Peppa Cry in the Twitch chat reminiscing on these
Berserker mode?
I love those times. Those were,
right?
That was some fantastic stuff.
Yeah, zombie. Yeah, zombie. I mean zombie.
So many of these players have been playing. The longevity of the careers
yeah,
here
the
is,
zombie passive.
Stuff. But Jose Diodo now going to try to steal away the blue buff. Jose seems to really like the play to take the enemy blue whenever you have the opportunity to do so. The rest of Team Liquid's ready to back him up, but a TP coming in now. Sentinel's ready to try to fight back as immediately. That's a lot of burst on Dark Wings. The Galio out of position there. Wanted to see if maybe he could find some sort of a flank to set up for Sentinels to punish, but no, it's TL just taking the blue and taking the extra kill for free.
Yeah, good CC
Sentinel's
combo
supposed
there.
to be
Jose has the
more
level lead,
stunts.
so he went in for the
Aren't
counter
they?
jungle, this Nefiri versus Vi. You can create a lot of space, and then
Sentinel
the CC
has a wombo combo, really easy to play.
Really good.
5 point and click stun, plus Galio ult, plus Rock and W and ult.
And you're really just kind of losing pressure all over. I foresee some more jungle invades coming
Yeah,
way.
that's what I thought.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard
I think so,
for
I
Sentinels.
think so.
But definitely, you know, don't want to count them out. They played from honestly a pretty similar deficit last game and did end up winning that game. Very different situation, of course. I feel like this game, their scaling options are a lot
their
worse.
5v5
they do, of course, have
gonna
good
be
playmaking. They have great
crazy.
engage. But I do think it's TL.
Sentinel has
expecting
a
them
lot
to stay a lot more locked
potential
in. I feel like they got
and
pretty fast and loose
opportunity
after
here.
they stomped game 1. Game 2, they got a big lead. I thought that they got kind of messy. And you have to think that Spawn would be telling them.
They got so many CC.
None of that, boys.
Spawn was probably
Yo,
telling
that,
them some stuff
by the way,
we can't
that
repeat on the show.
Galio skin
That
is
seems
sick.
like it was probably a pretty frustrating experience. But Team Liquid off to another great start here in this one. Kobe, what do you think? Is it more impressive to have the 1,000 lead at 4 minutes that you mentioned, or the 2,000 lead at 7
Scion
minutes?
could split push. He's a very good split push.
I like the 4-minute one. That was a pretty good break point.
Okay.
Honestly, they're about equal to me, especially if you throw in a dragon for me.
Both pretty cool numbers.
Okay, sure.
You know?
I'll toss a dragon in there. Why not? All right.
They're pretty similar. Like the graph is up and to the right.
Yep, pretty much. All right. So 2,000 gold lead,
Taylor
plus
has
the
a very
dragon
good
here
early,
for Team Liquid.
and then
Sentinels is
scaling.
going to get a consolation
Sentinel has
prize,
to
and
be
that
more
consolation
scaling.
prize is
A good
purple
team
and
fight, but
ugly.
in early
The Void
lead
Grubs
could be good
picked up by
enough.
Hambach here. He'll grab the first 2. Sometimes we see players just leave the 3rd one, but not this time around. Hambach will secure all 3 for Sentinels.
But don't worry,
If they
Sentinels fans.
if they go 15,
gold.
another 50 minutes.
28 gold, 42
gold.
I was sweating there because it got down to 8.
Whoa,
I was
gotta
like,
be
oh,
cooked.
8. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I was getting a little bit nervous for him.
Okay.
But so far,
nothing
so
to be worried
good.
about now.
Nothing in this entire game to be worried about. All good.
You've maintained the 70 gold lead top lane and everything is fine.
I appreciate your ability to just say this garbage with a perfectly straight face.
The thing is, dude,
That's my job.
It never gets old.
dive comps don't have like a lot of fallback patterns. It's usually like more dive, or like you pivot to just try and make picks, which is another way of like diving someone that doesn't have other people around them.
I'm ahead, so I think I'm going to dive. We're behind, so we're going to have to make some picks and look for a dive.
Yeah,
Guys, it's time to
we'll
dive.
dive isolated people.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go in.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to play this one. Impact did pop the Dominus up there and got like a slice and some of the dot onto Morgan, but really not a whole lot of damage. Morgan, however, doesn't have a lot of resources to work with here. Less than half HP, virtually no mana, only 85 in the tank. So Impact still has control over the wave and this top side. 1 minute until our second Drake of the game spawns. Yon and Core JJ checking in on this Lucian Nami, because going back to what you were talking about in draft, Isaac, this is the support option that's supposed to allow you to slam the lane. And the lane is being slammed. 93 to 69 in farm, 800 gold lead for Yon.
Yeah, it's looking good down there. And as much as, you know, you wouldn't have wanted Core to be the one who actually gets that first blood that he was able to pick up, he's still going to get a super fast mandate, and that makes Jan more powerful. So in this case, it's a little bit more okay. And when you get that spike, when Jan is on one item, when Core completes his mandate, they are going to be really chunking them.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's really okay. I think it's even quite good because I count that as Lucian extra damage.
Dog or a wolf?
I'm definitely with you. A mandate is like another Jan item here.
So you got extra money, but your money's also my money.
Yeah.
And there it is, Imperial Mandate, 10.5 minutes into the game. And alongside Jan also completing his Hex Optics right there.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. And Rahel and Huhi definitely not yet at their item completions. It's going to be a while, so TL cannot be contested here. That is fast 2 dragons.
Yeah, Hex Optics versus Rectrix and a Hearthbound Axe. It's not that comparable. Hambach jumps in. Core JJ going to be the target here. Rahel putting a lot of burst down onto the Nami. The Drake is slain, but it costs Core JJ.
It costs Nami.
All right, they made sure that Core JJ is super duper dead. And Team Liquid make the call. Yeah, all right. You just go off to the side. You die over there while we take the dragon. All good, buddy.
Yep, and Core didn't even flash, so honestly not a big deal. It is a little bit of gold there for Sentinels, but Morgan being pretty annoying here as he's just kind of walking between the towers, clearing out a wave, and now going to be able to take his recall.
Does get interrupted there by Hambach, so going to lose a little bit of tempo, but honestly shouldn't be super worried about anything. I mean, he's still got most of his health, most of his mana. Jan going forward here, seeing if he can put a little bit more pressure onto Huhi and Rahel.
Okay, it's not a worst.
They force them.
It's not a worst.
Their opponents, all the way back underneath the tier 1 turret. Darkwing's trying to get these snappy trades onto Quid.
You know what the funniest part to me?
What's that?
With all of that excessive force that was used to kill Core JJ, Huhi got the last hit.
Yeah, that's kind of
the money went on to the Rakan, and Rakan. Money on Rakan doesn't necessarily. Well, here we go as they get pushed out.
Yeah, the culling just firing off there. Huhi taking a lot of the damage from it as TL is again in the enemy jungle, prowling around for blue buffs. You can see Quid and Hozadioto both wearing those, feeling good about controlling this quadrant of the rift.
Yeah, and Hambach and Darkwings were hanging out on that blast cone, thinking about, can we take a fight? But realistically, without your ultimates, there's not a good chance that you would win it. Jan and Core are just so much stronger on that bot side, so they're just going to have to wait. I mean, Sentinel's composition really is based around, we all press R, we hard engage, we kill someone, and if that works, great, you have a chance in the team fight.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They can think about going in without ults as much as they want, as long as they don't actually do it. That's the important part. You can think about it all day long, daydream to your heart's content. Just don't press the button. Don't hit that blast cone.
Don't let the invasive thoughts win.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
I cannot be held accountable for what I was thinking, only what I am doing.
Let him go in one ear and out the other ear.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it in your mind. Do not allow it to manifest.
Obviously, we saw what happens when they do use all of them, as they for sure killed Core JJ last time. Obviously, it'd be better if you can get multiple people in the Gallia ult engage like that rival spot. That's how you're going to be able to chain success. But
oh no,
side,
are they going to get the Cyan?
Yep, they want a full send onto Morgan this time, and they get their man. Hambach takes the kill. Impact commits for it to start it up, and it's
their defense teleport. They want to catch this wave, so teleporting in.
Okay.
Should be fine.
We're going to get the bottom
turret. Take a little damage,
no.
but he can just instantly put all of his abilities into the wave, clear it out, and force Jan and Core back.
Yeah, we'll have to back off now,
and
though, because
Jose
is down there, and Impact has no dominance. So I think if he walks back up, I think he could die on this wave potentially, but Jose has gone mid, so I don't know if TL really wants to fully play for it.
Core JJ is at least going to force Impact back. The Aqua Prison doesn't find the target as Darkwings and Hambach retreat away from the Team Liquid Tier 1 turret. Jose and Quid still hanging around here. Jan and Core making sure Impact can't get anywhere close. There's your culling, but Impact gets enough distance with the flies. Meanwhile, back over on the other side of the fight, it's Team Liquid trying to make a move. Hozadioto getting away here with the call of the pack, but the Sentinels dive. They commit on their target, and they find it yet again. Sentinels will take the kill lead, but they're still down 2,500 gold as TL takes the first turret bottom.
And that is just Jan's gold lead, basically. I mean, Jan is up over 2,000 gold.
How can he
and
fight Galio?
He's been getting a ton of first strike gold as well. Has basically a kill's worth of first strike gold already in the
really
game.
win against
has
Galio.
Gotten that tower. He's
Galio
on 2 full items with that early mandate there and the Oblivion Orb. So Nami is going to be buffing him up. He is ridiculously strong at this point.
Yeah, Sentinel, they're doing what they kind of have to do, though. Send multiple people, go get that kill. And they do get the kill on the top side. They get a kill here. onto the Nefiri as well. A little bit of gold. The punishment, though, is just means Yon already was going to be a very large problem, but once you rotate the Lucian into mid lane, the mid lane priority gives you so much control over these neutral objectives, and with bot side tower down, Yon's able to get further money off of mid, keep this pressure up onto Sentinels, onto Rahel, kind of keep them bottled up, and you're on a pretty early timer for Dragon Soul, because Dragon number 3, the Soul Point, is only 25 seconds away, and you should be able to get mid push really easily. Mid lane control with this Fed Lucian Nami, it's 2 items already, so you get rapid fire Hex Optics damage, poke damage down, and like that sets you up for very easy dragon control.
And you saw when Yon stepped up, those guns might as well just be crust busters for the turret. He shot 2 plates worth. Yeah.
You heard the man.
He shot 2 plates worth of crust off with 1 auto attack, man.
That's why they call it double tap. 2 plates.
He's it might as well be crust busters. It's nice and tidy. Yon know the target. Dashes away as Huhi and Hambach were trying to find the pick on that Fed carry, but they won't quite get it. Jose Diodo and Core JJ making sure Yon stays protected. Darkwings goes for a taunt, but Jose Diodo dodges it with the call of the pack. Rift Herald charges into the mid lane turret, takes out 2 more of the plates, but can't get anything further. Meanwhile, up in the top side, Impact using the Dominus to try to maintain control of the wave against Morgan. Neither one of the top laners has their teleport to join up for a fight on this other side of the map.
Yeah, Hui did have to spend the quickness, but critically, Yon has no flash now, right? And that is going to be pretty dangerous for him if they want to fight for this, and that's why I think TL is a little bit hesitant.
Okay, TL though, now they're ready to find their kill. Huhi tries to get away, and he does do so as Quid falls. Rahel taking the kill on that one. Yon continuing to try to dash forward and do some more DPS, but can't quite find the chance. Darkwings wanted to go for the Justice Punch, and they turn it right back around as a double kill for Rahel's Kaisa. Jose Diodo can't finish the kill into Darkwings, and Team Liquid thought they might have had a moment there, but Sentinels turned it around.
They're doing it again. They're fighting back. Sentinels, pick after pick after pick, and that one too, they move up to interrupt the Justice Punch on the backswing, but he just gets knocked up.
Tempo is good, guys. We can get Dragon. This Dragon is good.
And I wasn't sure, like, do you think he was trying to block the Justice Punch, or do you think he was trying to predict the bubble? Because I wasn't sure if he was looking for a flash bubble or intending to get hit with the Justice Punch, but he does get tagged by it. Quid, they knew he was in this brush, so they just walk in, they spot him. He is so separated from his team that, yes, he gets a little bit of damage down, drops the Tibbers, but he gets knocked down in a hurry. Yon can't really commit, and then this is where they're looking for this flash, and I kind of thought it was for a flash bubble based on where he puts the Q, so I think he was trying to predict on the Justice Punch where it would land, but ends up being tagged by the back of the Justice Punch and just gets burst down by Rahel. So Core ends up kind of donating a freebie over to Rahel, who all of a sudden was, you know, gifted 2 kills.
Yeah, so remember that that 2,500 gold lead we were talking about? Not even 1K anymore now for TL. They are still in the lead, but they're down in kills 2 to 5. Their soul stack has been stopped critically. Because Ocean Soul, when you have Scion on your team, is such a nightmare for the enemies to deal with, right? It's so hard to kill him. Sentinels now, once again, having to deal with Jose Diodo trying to invade the jungle.
Especially, I mean, this is a 4 melee team here, essentially, for Sentinels. Rakan basically is melee, and this is an unending spare rush for Morgan, which I think is really smart against a team that is this short range. You're going to be standing in the middle of them and really making things difficult.
Galio teleport for a flank.
Okay, Sentinel's going to look for it here. Darkwing's coming up from below the lane, but he won't find the opportunity to enter before he is marked by Team Liquid, by Morgan.
Good awareness here by TL, pulling off, peeling back to make sure they're safe. They don't get a flank, don't get the guaranteed engage there for Sentinels. And Hambach was just back in base. He got his Black Cleaver completed. He's walking to the fight.
Okay, TL want to take their fight here, but Huhi's still at about half HP, getting himself back for now. Tier 1 turret still standing is huge as Darkwings and Impact try to jump in and get something done. Impact gets focused down and killed the very start. Huhi's going to fall now too. It's a double kill back to Jose Diodo, and he is just resetting all day long. 3 for 1 for TL plus the Tier 1 turret.
Impact ran in so confidently there and just got deleted. Sentinels do get 2 back at the end of the day as they finish off that zombie Scion. But, you know, as they go forward here, Rahel's already a little bit low, Hui's already a little bit low, and then Impact just pops the ult, decides, hey, we're going to actually try to look for a play here. But the problem is Hambach is not there at the same time. You know, as he's going in, Hambach has no Q. He had already spent it. Just now it comes back up, and Impact's already dead. They do use the ult from Darkwings to try to buy some time, but Jose gets in the back line, finishes off Hui, who is low, and Rahel and Hambach just can't really do much.
Nice.
So good. Wait, can I grade one more again? I'm blue.
And now he has his IE. He did in fact get it, greeted it, got the money. IE completed 3 item spike for Lucian now. He's a full IE, a very expensive third item ahead at the moment.
This is a very, very strong Lucian at this point. 1-0-4 has been a part of every single kill that Team Liquid has acquired so far here in game number 3. And remember, you can see it on the top of your screen. Team Liquid's 3-0. They have not lost a series so far in spring. Sentinels could rock the boat a little bit here if they can actually take a game off of them, but it's TL saying, all right, time for a Baron sneak. Will Sentinels even know what's going on here? Scryer's Bloom is going to sneak.
I think that ward gave it away.
Yeah, the ward over the wall. Why else would you place that if you're not trying to sneak a bear and do something here? Darkwings will punch.
He has no ward. He has no ward of his own. They don't know.
You see Core JJ now at low HP, but they're not going to be able to do anything about this. Team Liquid's Gambit pays off. They'll sneak the Baron at 21.
Yeah, it looked like they saw them place that ward, so I thought that gave it up, but Darkwings had no ward available to actually drop himself, and they just weren't suspicious.
Now Huhi finds himself dealing with the dog yet again. Just jumps back over the wall, stays safe.
I think because the ward was recently there and then it just got revealed by the Scryers, but also, they weren't in position really to do anything about it. Because they had just reset. You had, like, Hanbok was on Wolves and stuff. And so that's a nice rush for TL, recognizing their timer window.
Now the top lane tier 1 turret about to drop. Team Liquid will easily secure that one. They're up about 3,000 gold here yet again. They want to get the kill onto Darkwings as Josediodo jumps in with a Hound's Pursuit. He finds himself a killing spree. And with Darkwings dead for the next 40 seconds, with the Red Bull Baron power play still armed and ready for TL for the next 2 minutes, they're going to take even more.
Yeah, Darkwings a bit overextended there. I mean, no one was answering impact down on the bot side, so that might have tipped him off a bit, but thought he might have been able to stay safe with the phase rush. And procs the phase rush, flashes, still dies.
Now Hanbok trying to jump in after Morgan here, but you're not even going to do anything. He can just farm the wave in your face. And Hanbok and Rahel, there's nothing they can say about it.
The information that was gathered, so I was really suspicious of what caused TL to make that call to go for the rush on Baron.
Okay.
The information that was gathered was Hanbok was seen by Morgan doing TL's Krugs. And this is something that Hanbok actually did versus C9 when they were in a good spot to win that game too. He was up by Krugs. He was doing their Krugs when the Soul was about to come up in a few seconds. So keep watch of your Krugs when you're playing against Hanbok.
Yeah, we have. There's always things like this throughout
3,000
history.
elo. I'll keep that in mind.
I mean, I just went back to look at the minimap, and they immediately moved to the Baron right after Morgan saw him there.
Impact popping the Dominus nice and early, ready to try to charge the Fury gauge up. Huhi looking for maybe an angle for a flank here. Sentinels have control over the Dragon Pit right now, but Team Liquid moving forward. Impact going to be the target here at the very start. Ocean Drake taken by Josediodo as Sentinels have to try to full escape now. There's your immediate jump in. Josediodo starting the fight, looking after Darkwings. Meanwhile, Rahel has to try to stay alive as he and Hanbok are at death's door. Rahel goes in a killing spree. Quid falls. Sentinels doing a great job fighting back right now, honestly. Double grand entrance knockup coming out from Huhi, but he still falls. Josediodo here with a double kill. Quid might have died. It's a 3-for-1 for TL.
The war is so messy. I don't know where I'm looking at.
Back to the scene of the crime.
Achilles had his
heel. I'm sorry, guys.
It's double jeopardy.
I'm sorry if I disappoint you.
Twice.
Yeah, they already have the Baron also.
I know it was cool. It was a cool fight.
Oh man, this fight pretty crazy. Impact was already so low at the start, so
where's
Kaisa confidently engages. I mean, you're going in right onto Darkwings. Great peels from Huhi to keep Rahel alive. Plus the Galio ultimate comes through. Rahel is able to take down Quid. But Jan is on the other side. Rahel is almost killed off by the Tibbers, and without him available, with Impact so low on health, they didn't really have any extended damage.
Kaisa haven't do. Yeah, bang.
Kaisa no flash.
Kaisa haven't done any damage because of Ani. That's nice. That's nice.
The instant.
Just gotta get it out.
Yeah.
Get it out. Lock back in.
Yup. Immediately, right back into marking time.
Hello, Vampire.
All right,
Vampire.
Team Liquid 6,000 gold lead now.
What's a Vampire?
They have soul point, 3.5 minutes from now. They will be able to earn an Ocean Soul for themselves unless Sentinels can find another punish, find another angle. Guardian Angel for Josediodo too. 6-1 and 2. Fury. It's scary, man.
He certainly is, and you get so much extra freedom here with the Neferi. We do have like an attempt at split push. Look at both solo lanes right now, both side lanes being pushed out by Sentinels. They're saying, you know what? You're going to get our mid inhibitor tower no matter what. We can't really stop you, but we'll try and get gold in payment.
Plus, that tower's not even that cool. We don't even care.
No. It's the front door.
Yeah.
Maybe the house looks better when the front door's open.
Exactly.
What house have you ever seen it looks better without a front door?
I thought like Renekton, Vi, Galleon,
I think castles look cooler when the drawbridge is down.
Drawbridge? That's different from a
Got him.
That is not
a medieval house.
Flowers? He just got your
But yeah, Kaisen, it's
castle is not
They look way cooler,
They
bro.
had houses
Items.
back in medieval times. They were just like
a house for rich
peasant
people.
cottages.
Kaisannya di, oh berarti aninya emang nggak M Kaisa
Just
terus
because
ya
you don't
kan
have a
dari
cool
awal.
castle, you don't have to get mad about
Where's
it.
your castle?
Yeah, pipe down,
Tinggal sekolah
peasant.
dulu, iya sekolah dek.
Just raise
Sekolah
up the
dulu, dek.
drawbridge.
None of us have a
Mute 'em.
castle.
Also, to their
That
credit,
you know of.
to their credit, Sentinels, you know, you're not going to be able to win that, so you want to get paid, right? You got to go scrounge up some money in the side lanes while they're destroying your front door.
Okay, so
Galleonnya
they're destroying the front door, and Sentinels are pulling the copper wire out of side lanes. I don't know how well
Menurutmu siapa yang menang nih, Bo?
work out, man.
There's a higher chance that Tila gonna win
This
this
economy, you
game.
gotta take what you can get, brother.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Beggars can't be
I-
choosers.
Maybe they can get the Baron here in 30 seconds.
But
Gonna
it's
respawn.
gonna be harder.
Remember the first time?
Oh, hell yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's really good.
Now you're offering up Barons?
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff available on the market. Everything must go. Sentinels, they will take the tier 1 turret up there
But
in the
nah,
top side.
Tila gonna win
Morgan's the
this
only guy they
game.
can see right now. You don't want a full send onto Scion. Even if you got the full send team,
I
don't
see
full
hopes.
send on Scion.
Okay.
I see the hope.
With the approach to the Baron, the worst thing you could do, STL, is just everybody group up and stand inside it, and then you get full engaged on, and you do this giant wombo combo. So you gotta mark any sort of Sentinels approach here. You have plenty of ways to do poke damage. You have plenty of ways to turn. You do not need to make this risky at all for yourselves. You have GA on Jose, so like your team fight. If you get the fight, it should really effortlessly be a win for you. Just don't like go for the flip or just don't fully commit to anything. So they can just push out mid and top, take over the vision control first, make it really dark for Sentinels to approach, and then you can start to get these small cooldowns out of them. Sentinels, though, they've got impact split pushing. He's got his teleport ready, and they're going to start the first attempt here. Sentinels going to draw.
They have no words. Who he's going bot?
Wait, that thing melts, actually.
Yeah, and I think it's important that Team Liquid does this now instead
It's
of
gone.
waiting any
It is
longer.
gone. It is gone. Sentinels don't even have Hallbach buy it to go for a steal, so they are sacrificing it, and they're picking up pennies again.
And now we have the Soul spawning in 10 seconds.
Yeah, but it's like not even timed well for Sentinels. They can't even rush Soul. It's not even a trade, right? You're just giving it, and now might be giving your mid.
No,
Wait, that dog
he's
can
caught in
do
the
that?
Aqua Prison as he tries to escape using the ulti, and Hosoyoto just does tons of damage to this guy.
Game dog.
Decimating Smash isn't going to find the knock up there on Darkwings, who uses the flash to escape. Sentinels now trying to
Kebanyakan
regroup, but
satu
your mid laner
orang,
has
hanya
no
Galio doang sisi
ult,
Making a pick on Quid.
25%
punya Anina
HP. Quid's the
mission
target
versus
here as
LOKAL.
Rahel flies in with a killer instinct, and Quid is picked off. This
got
could be the angle that
Ani.
Sentinels needs, but Hosoyoto is already on the dragon with the rest of TL. Huhi and Darkwings aren't going to be able to do anything to stop this themselves. Hambach flashes over the wall. He wants to try to contest it, but no, the Ocean Soul is already going to be claimed by Team Liquid. Sentinels looking to see if there's anything they might be able to
That's a
find here,
strong
but
dog.
they've got to respect this TL frontline now. A charm comes in from Huhi as he tries to escape now, barely keeping himself alive. Darkwings also barely holding on. Impact about to be knocked down first, and Yon goes on a killing spree, decimating Smash. Not going to find a target here for knock up as Hosoyoto goes over the wall. He wants to put that last little bit into the health bar of Darkwings, and he will do just that. Team Liquid, they'll get the soul, they'll win themselves the fight. Yeah, they might have lost Quid, but they get to kill 3 after taking the objective.
Exactly, even though it's 5-on-4, there's no ults on Sentinels. They use Vi ult, they use Kaisa ult, and TL looking to end.
Yep, TL's going straight for the throat on this one. Hosoyoto, godlike now with the extra kill onto Rahel. Quid has respawned. He has his teleport to be able to join the rest of the team. Uses it immediately.
Are they gonna end now?
Has the 5v1 for the next 10 seconds.
Yo, chat.
Sentinels fought
30
back. They made it
minutes
tough
play.
for Team Liquid. They won that second game. They were keeping it close back and forth to the third one. But TL will ultimately prevail. They will remain undefeated through these first 4 weeks of spring split, going up to 4-0.
GG Tila, bro.
Pretty stompy in game 3. Some oops-a-daisies in game 2, but
GG
TL do
bro.
get it done here. Sentinels definitely making it work for it, but This game, so much it felt like about Jose and Jan able to open up massive advantages for themselves and really just snowball that to the victory.
I feel like Jan Lucian almost always delivers.
Yeah,
See?
Jan Lucian is one of the Lucian's one of the champions where in NA we've had kind of a
Why?
rough relationship with him in the
Blue
past. Not everybody's always
team!
performed on
Blue
it. Jan gets
team!
the thumbs up. I think Jan is a certified
Morgan
Lucian
is
expert
Autolos.
here, and Team Liquid
Wow.
gonna claim the win off of that one. I think honestly, I still gotta give my
So
player
you
of the game to
predict-
Jose
you
Diodo. I
predicted-
just feel like the Nefiri was so effective.
Predicted
He was
before
able to get
because
so
of that
much done.
reasoning,
He's got the dog in him.
Yeah, he's got that dog in him.
Jose has just been having an incredible split. I feel
Very
like
nice.
he really is
Game
challenging
two
right
and
now
game
for best jungler in the league. Obviously, Inspired has just kind of been wearing that crown for a while, undisputed. I feel like Jose is giving them a real run for their money, and I'm excited to see the battles between those two players throughout this split because I think he's really in the running, a legitimate candidate to win MVP. And we have an interview here. Emily is going to be standing by with the man himself. Let's see what he thinks.
Hello, I'm here with victorious Team Liquid jungler Jose Diodo after a kind of a banger of a series. So talk me through that. What went wrong? What went right? What happened?
I think game 2 we made a lot of mistakes, just disrespecting like enemy turns and stuff.
Jose!
I think third game a bit of mistakes, but not so many. Like just like 1 or 2 that were many less than the second game. I think we gave them a lot of time to scale to the Varus and the Kaelin, and that's why we lost the second game. But overall, I think the third game wasn't that bad. I think we got everything that we wanted in early game, and yeah, I think it was overall fine. I died one time like a noob, but
Abuelo Jose. Tugi.
I love that you pulled out the Nefiri. It's something I see a lot of from like my favorite LPL and LCK junglers, right? And you had talked to me about wanting to be more aggressive early, especially wanting to play this kind of LPL style. So talk me through this pick and kind of how you feel like Team Liquid is doing on that front.
I mean, most of the picks that we take on stage are like normal, I guess. I think the Nefiri is a good answer into their 3 top side, like they pick 3 millis, and I think it's a very good option. And it's also like one of my best champs, even if I don't play that much. It's kind of funny, but I have like 2-3 games in competitive, but it's like one of my best champs. So yeah, I think it was good angle for this game. We had a lot of like good options too. It's not like we only had Nefiri, so I'm happy to pull it off. It's always a pick that I enjoy playing. It's a very fun champ. You kill one and then you start dashing, so it's funny.
Yeah, we saw that in some of those team fights. Looked really, really fun.
I play League after this.
Congratulations, first of all, you're player of the game for this game. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And then secondly, something that Yang kind of brought up last week was Spawn finally being on site. How much of a difference does it make? It's kind of almost become a meme at this point, right? Whether he's here physically or not here. So just talk to me about what it is like having him here at the training facility and then in-game.
I thought you will sleep as
usual. What changes the most is the atmosphere. He's more like
15 minutes.
If we
15 minutes a quick game
with something is like so mad, like guys, this is unacceptable. We cannot do this. So it's like we cannot have too much fun now.
It's like a catchphrase of him.
Because when you see him on the camera, it's more funny. It's like somebody talking like that. But when he's in person, it's more like
what Tuki?
Mandatory. You feel like more pressure to do well. So yeah, I think it's funny. I still think it's not like as bad as they say. He's kind of funny. So.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for taking time to catch up. Congrats on player of the game and also for the win. And we'll toss it to the lounge to close out the day.
Is a meme from his YouTube channel. Okay.
One of the best champions.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Kobo Kanaeru on the screen, by the way.
We're gonna see more Nefiri. LPL is spamming it.
I'm waiting Kobo Kanaeru on the screen. Will they show Kobo Kanaeru on the stream again?
Say something.
If we have Kobo Kanaeru on screen,
maybe seeing change. Hey, maybe the ball's in my hand more. Yeah, maybe.
I want to normalize asking players what their best champion is.
I do like that.
I just want to hear from their own mouths, like because for what it's worth, you're not giving anything
they
away
just
anymore.
gonna
okay, my best champion is in. Great. Now we're gonna know it's a high prio jungler.
And you might get something surprising where we all believed B-Boy's favorite champion was Ezreal,
but it's not.
And he just hates Ezreal.
Yeah.
And then that just became a story. I was like, yeah, he just hates Ezreal, but he plays it because the coach asked him to play.
Yeah. This was the match of the week. Emma's match of the week. I'm curious what Emma's match of the week is next week. But here's the players of the game from today.
Okay, guys, GG.
Jose, Huhi.
GG, guys, it's
Jose
real.
Diodo, once again.
a lot of glasses adjustment, but that's just because one man's looking very stylish.
Because we didn't use an alternate Jose photo. We did doubled up on the same Jose photo.
We did. Maybe it's because the other photos aren't looking good. Yeah. Maybe just this side. This is a very good photo.
Your sign to share your day.
Player of the game. Who was the player of the week?
Subscribe
last week,
and hit the like button
this
if
week,
you
I just feel like he's been really honing in.
Watchalong from a
Him and
newbie
Hambach have been
POV.
very well connected.
From a
so
very
this
homey
could have easily just turned into a
POV.
win for them, and they would have found themselves in a better position. Sadly,
Kaeru.
they're in a really bad position in the standings.
Bye, guys. Have a good rest. I hope we enjoy
OLED players
our
for
time this week.
Week 4 of the LCS.
Yippee. Bye-bye.
Castle, fastest to 100 CS. My eyes always go top left first before I get to scan.